Hey guys, it's Camille Satar, known as the ECOM King, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a completely free Shopify print-on-demand course that will show you how to create, design, and build a successful print-on-demand store using Shopify. I'm going to be showing you everything you need to do from the very beginning till the very end, which will be running your advertisement. So this free Shopify print-on-demand course took me 2.5 weeks to make, and it will be completely free forever, so make sure that you just like the video to show your support. Because at the end of the day, this free course will stop you having to pay $500 to $1,000 for those guru courses. In this free course, I'm going to be showing you how to find trendy designs, how to create your own trendy designs, how to build a store that converts, how to run the Facebook ads, how to find Instagram influencers, how to contact them. I'm going to be showing you absolutely everything you need to know. So let's talk about how print on demand actually works for those that are new to the idea and those that don't understand quite what print on demand actually means. So basically what you do is you get a t-shirt design, you create your own t-shirt design, and don't worry, I'll be showing you everything today. Then you create your website, then you get a visitor on your website by doing paid advertising, then you get a customer that pays for a product, and then the printing company like Printful or Printify will print your design onto a merchandise t-shirt, hoodie, and then ship it directly to the customer. So before we move on any further, let's cover the pros and cons of POD. Now, if you hear me say POD throughout the video, it basically stands for print on demand. The first pro is low startup costs and low overheads. Because you're not buying your stock in bulk up front, you're going to be ordering it once a customer pays for it. That means you've not got many overheads, and inventory tends to be the biggest overhead in businesses. The next pro is you don't need to worry about Amazon or eBay. For those that are in the Shopify dropshipping community, we hear a lot of people be like, oh, why would you sell that product on your website if people can just go onto Amazon or eBay and get it a lot faster and a lot cheaper? Now, that doesn't actually matter anyway, but for those that do worry about that, with print on demand, you don't need to worry about Amazon or eBay, because at the end of the day, your designs for your store, your POD store, are unique to you and you only, which means Amazon or eBay can't replicate it because it's your own unique design. So you don't need to worry about customers going to Amazon or eBay to order the product, because they can't, because at the end of the day, your design is unique to just you. The next thing is fast shipping. So again, for those that are in the Shopify dropshipping community, if you're not buying in bulk or you've not got an agent, shipping time can be a little bit slow. With print on demand, your average shipping times are looking between 5 and 15 days. So the next pro on today's list is probably one of the bigger ones, is the high quality products. So a lot of the products that you'll sell using your print on demand companies like Printful and Printify have very good quality clothing and very good printing services. Another really good pro for this is no copyright issues. Now, for those that are in the Shopify dropshipping community, when you're selling things from AliExpress, sometimes they can be copyrighted products, which means you can get into trouble. But with print on demand, all the designs are unique to you as long as you're not copying and you're making them yourselves, which means you will not walk into any copyright issue. Next one is great communication with suppliers. Because the suppliers we'll be using today are US and European, it means you don't need to worry about Chinese suppliers and the Chinese communication. The next one, and probably my most favorite one, is it's so easy to brand print on demand. Print on demand is basically a brand from scratch, and I'll be showing you guys today how to make it look like you're a massive clothing company right from the get-go. But in terms of branding your products, you can do it straight away with Shopify dropshipping. If you want to brand one of your products, you need to be buying it in bulk. With this, you can just order one product at a time and you can still brand your print on demand company. Now let's talk a little bit about the cons. Now, the first con is time needed. Now, the time needed for print on demand dropshipping or print on demand Shopify dropshipping is a lot more than you need with normal Shopify dropshipping, because there's a lot more aspects that go into print on demand, like creating your designs from scratch. That takes a lot of time. So there is more time needed for this business model than Shopify dropshipping. Now, the other con is you're going to need to do a lot of outsourcing, which means there's a lot of things that are not in your hand, like the suppliers, like the printing, like getting your designs created if you can't do them yourselves. So there is a lot of outsourcing. But at the end of the day, I never normally have any issues, but I just thought I'd tell you guys this. The next one is limited customization. So when you're doing print on demand, number one, the print on demand companies like Printify and Printful, they do have a great catalog of products. Some of them are quite limited, but the customization, what you can do on those products can be limited. So just do bear that in mind. But at the end of the day, I've personally never had any problems with POD, print on demand, using the suppliers that I'll be recommending today. I just thought I'd share the cons just so you guys are aware of them. Now let's move on to print on demand costs and how much this is going to cost you to start. So number one, you got your Shopify plan, which is going to be $29.99 monthly. They do a 14-day free trial. Then your domain name is going to cost you $14.99. Then your theme. So a lot of people do 3 themes. With print on demand, especially the way I'm teaching it you today, you're going to look like a big clothing fashion company from the get-go. So you're going to need a premium theme from Shopify, which will cost you $170. Now this theme is very, very important, and you'll understand when we get onto creating the website. The next thing is you're going to need to create a logo, which can cost between $10 and $50. Now with a print on demand company, I do recommend having a nice looking logo, because again, you're going to be looking like a brand from the get-go, and depending on where you get your logo from, it can cost between $10 and $50. But don't worry, I'll be showing you today how to make a professional logo. The next cost is your apps. Now your apps are going to cost between $20 and $40. It just depends really what part of the process you're in terms of scaling. Now the last cost that you'll implement during this is going to be the POD design. So when you're creating your designs for your merchandise, your t-shirts, your mugs, your laptop cases, now obviously they're not going to be done automatically. You need to either create them yourself, which will take a lot of time, or you need to outsource them. Now outsourcing them will cost you money, and also creating them will cost you money because you need to pay for the software to create them using. So it will range between $20 and $100. And again, guys, I'll be showing you how to do absolutely everything today. So something that I do want to quickly say is skip to the part you need from this video, or watch the full video, because there are timestamps in the description. So if you're somebody that's already done POD before, but you're just here to look at a few different parts of the module of the free course, look in the description, there are timestamps. If you're somebody that's completely new, watch this from here. So let's get straight into the first module of the free course, and let's talk about what makes a winning design. Number one, it needs to be something relatable. So when you're making these designs, it needs to be relatable with the people that are wearing it. So if your design doesn't basically correlate with the person that's buying it in terms of what it says, then you're not going to get any good sales. The next thing that makes a very good design is something that's funny and has humor to it. So what I would say, this is more of the comedian side of POD, and this side of POD does very, very well. So for example, it could be a t-shirt that says a funny slogan or a funny meme on it, something in those areas. The third one is a unique look. With POD, I've always found the more unique your design looks, the more people want it, because they can't get it anywhere else. The next one is the fourth one, which is pride. Now, if your POD design says something about something and it's something somebody's passionate about or has a lot of pride in, then they're going to want to buy it, because they're going to want to showcase the pride they have within that slogan you've said or whatnot. Now, the fifth point is ethical. Ethical meaning that your t-shirts, your hoodies are made ethically, and the POD services that I'll be showing you today do green, eco-friendly designs, which is very important. Now, the sixth one is the wow factor mock-up. So basically a design, when people look at it, they're like, wow, that makes a bold statement. Wow, that's allowed. That's something that people will definitely read and basically compliment you on, or it's like a talking point. So I call this the talking point wow factor. When somebody sees you wearing that design, they're going to be like, wow, they're going to question it. It's going to be like a talking point in the room. The seventh one is trends. So just make sure that the designs you're creating are trendy, they're late, they're up to date, and that's probably one of the bigger ones on this list. Number 8, cute. Something that's cute. So like pets, dogs, things like that are amazing. T-shirts with those kind of designs always do well, because people are always in that cute mindset. Number 9, not sold in high street stores. So basically, do not create a design that is found in high street stores. The whole point of your POD business, and you'll be seeing this later on, is because people want to come to you because you're an online store that does things that the high street just can't do, because they're not as creative. So let's move on to the best print on demand niches. Now, these are not all the niches, and these are not chronologically in order either. These are all amazing niches, and they have their pros and cons to them. So the first great niche is going to be the pets niche, and that could be dogs, cats. That niche always does well because people own pets, people love their pets, and people will embrace their pets. Number 2 is the entrepreneurship niche. Basically, people that are self-employed, have their own businesses, are their own boss, and this is the niche that I'll be using in today's example when I create my store and whatnot. So do bear in mind, I will be using the entrepreneur niche when I'm showing you everything today. The next niche is the motivation niche, sports and gym. So you can create designs with motivational slogans on them, or gym slogans, slogans or anything on them that will get people pumped and motivated. So another great niche on the list is the travel niche, and that's for backpackers and campers, or just people that travel the world, go traveling a lot. This is a very good niche to be in. So another great niche on the list is the passionate hobbies niche, and this is basically saying things like fishing is a hobby that people are very passionate about, which means they're willing to spend money on it. Golf is another one, and again, you guys can just use this as brainstorming, but these are the main ones at this current time. So guys, let's move on to the best selling product types in print on demand. Now these are the different categories that I'd recommend that you add to your website because they have the higher chance of buying ratio. So t-shirts are very, very good. Hoodies are good, especially for the winter, but all over around they tend to do very, very well. Mugs are very good for upselling and they do get a lot of main sales. Socks, again, very good for upselling and they're also a main source of income. Canvases are another great one. Masks, backpacks, and phone cases. So these are the categories that I'd recommend you put on your website. So guys, let's move on to the tools that you're going to need to use to find your winning designs. Now, all 4 of these tools are completely free. Now, do bear in mind, if you're at this part of the video, I do recommend having a niche in mind that you're going to want to use for your POD business because it makes life a lot easier when following along in the next few steps. Now, also something to bear in mind, I will be showing you exactly how to use all of these different tools after I explain them. So the first strategy that you can do is to search for keywords on Google like pet t-shirts, motivation hoodies, then click on the websites that are ranking on the first and second page of Google. That way you get to see exactly what other people are doing in those niches. The second strategy is to search for keywords on Pinterest. Now Pinterest is a social media platform especially made for designers, fashion people, and all those kind of things, and it's great because a lot of people put their ideas on there, and basically what you can do is you can search for keywords on there as well, and then you want to look for the posts that have the most pins. Now pins is like a like on Facebook. The more pins something has, the more popular it is. Now, the third strategy is using the website spreadshirt.co.uk. Now, this website just hosts loads of different niches with loads of different designs, and you basically just want to search for keywords in your niche. That way you can see designs on that website. Now, the fourth strategy is to go onto Google Trends and to see what is trending in your POD niche, then create designs around it. Before I show you how to do those 4 different strategies to find winning designs, make sure you go to the description of the video and download your free print on demand cheat sheet. It's a 44-page long cheat sheet with copy and paste templates that will help you with today's video. So guys, the first strategy that I told you to do to find winning designs was to go onto Google, search for keywords in your POD niche. My niche, like I said, was the entrepreneur niche for the example today in today's free course. So what I've done is I've gone onto Google and searched for entrepreneur clothing, and you can see this website here tops the Google list, and I'm going to hit products right here, and it's going to take me to the product page of this website, and you can see here it's entrepreneur, the name of the website, and you can see they're selling POD in my industry. You can see against all odds is one of the designs. You can see always be closing, meaning they're always closing deals. So guys, if we go to the top of this website, you can see it says sold out, and these 2 products right here have the same design. Action is king is the design, and as you can imagine, that design is probably the most easiest design to create and put on a t-shirt. It's literally just 3 words, but it's a very catching 3 words. Now, something that you might want to do on other websites that you're on in your niche is if you can sort the list out by best selling. So you can see here it says best selling. You might want to click that because then you know for sure that you're only seeing the best selling designs for those websites that you're on. And what I'd recommend you do is either print screen or take a notepad and pen and write down what the winning design was. Now for this design, it's very easy. I can just write it down on a piece of paper, but for designs that are a little bit more complicated, you might want to print screen it. Now, something that I want to say is do not copy anybody else's design. You're just doing it to get ideas and brainstorming. Now, if I go back to Google again and I've searched for entrepreneur clothing, you can see here there's an Etsy link for entrepreneur apparel, and you can see it's got loads of designs. I love my boss, all of these kind of designs right here, and this is another great way for me to get some brainstorming ideas. And again, you're going to want to sort it by best selling or top customer review. So with Etsy, top customer reviews is obviously what I'm going to want because I'm only going to want to try and create a design that's similar to something that people are very happy with. So guys, I'm going to be showing you the second strategy to find winning POD designs for your industry. And this time I'm going to show you how to do it in the pet industry. just to show you that this works for any industry. So what you're going to want to do is go onto Pinterest, make a free account, go to the homepage, go to the search bar, and I'm going to search for pet t-shirts right here. And then what you're going to want to do is it comes up with loads of different designs. You're going to want to make sure it says all pins in the top right. Now, the ones with the most pins are the ones with the most likes. Basically, that's what it means. Now, a great thing about this is you can see here, this is probably the best winning design at the moment because it's ranked #1. The great thing that I love about Pinterest and ways it can expand on these strategies is if you go here to the link, it will actually take you to the website that is selling this design. And the great thing about that is you can have a look on the website's whole basically sellers to see which ones are doing the best. You can see here, I've gone to the homepage and you can see they specialize in the dog POD industry, and you can see some of their designs right now. So that's another reason why I love Pinterest, because all the ones with the top rated pins, you can just go straight to the website and get even more ideas by going to the website, going to best selling or top rated, and then that will give you a load more ton of ideas. So guys, the third strategy to find winning designs is to go to the Spreadshirt website, and all the links to everything today are in that free ebook, so make sure you download it. Now what you're going to do is go to the search box and search for your niche. I'm going to do entrepreneur because that's the niche that I'm going to be using as the example today. Hit the search button and it's going to come up with loads of designs in that industry right there, and you can see all of them right here. Now if we scroll up, this design here that basically says they don't like their 9 to 5 is a very hot selling design. I know that because I've seen a lot of these on a lot of famous people. Also the CEO design, this is a very big hot design, and I see loads of people selling this design. I've seen a lot of famous people wear it. I've seen a lot of big entrepreneurs wear it, so I know that design's also very, very good. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking notes of this design, and I'm going to be taking notes of this design, and I'm going to be, like I said before, print screening them or writing them down on a notepad and pen. So when it comes to creating my own designs, I've got an idea of what I want to be doing. So guys, the fourth strategy to find winning designs for your POD niche, your POD store, is to go to Google Trends, scroll all the way down to where it says related searches and trending searches, and you're going to want to go to where it says more trending searches. Click that button right there, and you're going to want to read all of these different trending topics. Now I came on here yesterday and I found a trending topic about Elon Musk and SpaceX and whatnot. Now obviously that fits in with my niche because mine's an entrepreneur niche. Now I could think about making designs about Elon Musk and SpaceX, whether it be memes, whether it be slogans, I don't know, but I know that's trending and that's in my niche. Now the best way to do this with Google Trends is you're going to have to read a lot of these different topics because obviously some of them might not be applicable to your niche. So now I've shown you how to find winning POD designs with those 4 strategies. Now you need to find a supplier to supply you with those merchandise and those designs. So I recommend 4 different companies. The first one, which I use 90% of my stuff for, is Printful. The second one, Printify, which I use 10% of my stuff for. Teespring is what I use to basically get the YouTube merchandise for you guys, the ECOM King merchandise. And then T-Launch is what I know other people have used as well. But the ones that I recommend you start with is Printful and Printify. Now I want to show you the Printful website, and the first thing that you want to do when you come to the website is to make a free account when you click sign up. That's the first thing you guys should be doing. Now Printful has no monthly fee. It's completely free. You just have to pay for your goods once you order them, once you have orders from your customers. Now once you've made an account, you might want to go over to where it says products and basically browse the different products they offer for your POD store. There's a few of their new ones right here you can see, but I just recommend after you've done that, guys, you basically just go over to products and have a bit of a browse. Now don't worry about the integration. I'll be showing you how to do that a little bit later on today. Now the next website that I recommend is Printify, and again I'd recommend doing the same. I'd recommend making a free account just for when you integrate it a little bit later down the line. You've got it right there. Now the only thing that I recommend Printify for is for those products that Printful don't offer. Now Printify and Printful pretty much do the same thing, but Printify offer products that Printful don't offer and vice versa. So if there's something on here that Printful don't have but you want to sell it, at least you've got it there as well. So guys, the next part of the module is going to be setting up your Shopify brand, your POD store, so it converts. So in this module, we're going to be covering how to pick a name, how to make a logo, how to build your store, and how to make designs from scratch using your own tool. So guys, the first step to this is actually coming up with a brand name. Now it might not be that simple, but let me show you an easy way of doing it. You want to go over here to Shopify name generator, and again, all the links that I'm showing you, all the tools I'm showing you will be in the free ebook, so make sure you go and download it from the description. What you want to do is you want to go to where it says find a business name, and where it says enter inquiry, you basically want to enter an inquiry for your stuff. So I might want to put entrepreneur clothing, and then I might want to search the generated names. And then what it'll do is Shopify will give me loads of names based on that term. And if I see any names that I like, I can obviously check to see if they're available. Now you might want to do entrepreneur merch, because merch stands for merchandise. So I might do entrepreneur merch, generate names, and I might want to see what comes up there. Now, if you can think of some better names on your own mind, then obviously go ahead and do that. So guys, after a few minutes, I came up with this brand name myself without using a name generator, because I thought this was better than the ones they were giving me. And the name was Entrepreneur Lifestyle. Now, the reason why I went for this name was because I thought if my POD brand is going to be about entrepreneurship, I thought I'd make designs about the life of an entrepreneur, the lifestyle of an entrepreneur. I thought that would be really, really cool. And the domain name is super branded to that idea. So guys, you can see after searching for my domain name, it's saying that the .com extension is available, and the .com extension is the only extension that you want to go for. You don't want to go for any other extension. Now, it's only £10 a year, or it'll be $14 a year. It just depends what country you're in. Now, you do not want to be going for aftermarket domain names. So you can see here, Entrepreneur Lifestyle without the dashes in there is for £2,500. So you only want to be going for the .com extension as long as it's either £10 or $14. You do not want to be going for aftermarket prices only. You want to be going for retail prices from a domain provider. Now I've got a brand name finalized. I want to head over to Canva and create a logo for my brand. And the best way of doing it is to get Canva Pro for 30 days for free. That way you can make some insane looking logos completely free of charge. Now what you want to do is once you've gone there, you want to go over to templates and you want to search for logos, and then you want to hit enter in the search bar. And then you basically want to go through loads of these different logo ideas and try and find a logo that you like the look of. So guys, after scrolling around for a couple of minutes, I saw this design that I really, really like. And the reason why I like it is because I like the way the font looks, and I like the way the symbol is big, then small text, then big text. Now, I'm obviously not going to use this exact design. I'm going to change it to fit my brand, but I like basically the template that it's given me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to hit use this template. So guys, once I've picked my template, what I'm going to want to do now is just slightly change it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this gradient by deleting it. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to change this text to fit my brand name. So guys, you can see I've literally just changed the text so it fits my brand name, and I've made the smaller text entrepreneur. Then I've made the big text lifestyle, because obviously my brand name is Entrepreneur Lifestyle. Now what I'm going to want to do is change the symbol, because obviously it doesn't have anything to do with my brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to where it says element, and then I'm going to search for boss. So guys, after going over to the element section and searching for boss, I found this symbol and graphic that I like the look of, which is this young guy in a suit, and he looks really good. And I thought that fits my brand perfectly well, because obviously CEOs, bosses, they wear good suits, and I thought that fits in perfectly well. Now obviously if you're doing a pet niche, you might want to search for pets and find a symbol in the pet niche. Now the reason why it has pro over here is because this is only for pro subscribers. Now if you get the 30-day free trial Canva Pro, you get to use it commercially as well, which is amazing. And it's only free because it's 30 days for free. So what I might want to do is drag this over here, delete the old one, and basically resize it so it fits obviously where the old one was. So I'm going to want to resize this now, make it a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller because I feel like it's a little bit too big. I'm going to want to center it, and I'm just going to want to drop it right here, and you can see there it's looking really nice. Now I might want to change this pink color from pink to maybe more of a neutral color, and I think I'm going to change it to a red color. So I feel like I'm going to keep it like that. I feel like I'm really happy with that, and I feel like the entrepreneur in red is quite powerful. Now when you head over to the download section, you want to make sure that you go to where it says download, and you're going to want to make sure that transparent background PNG only is ticked, and you're going to want to make sure that the file type is PNG. Make sure that those two are done right there, and make sure you hit download. So guys, once you've downloaded your logo, you're going to want to download another version of your logo. We're going to have to create 3 different variants of your logo. And the reason why we're going to want to have to do that is because at the end of the day, if you're selling black t-shirts, you might not want to use black text, because at the end of the day, obviously it's not going to show because it's black on black. So the best thing to do is make it the same logo again, but anything that's in black in terms of text, change it to white and download it again as a PNG transparent background. So guys, now we've got our brand name, our logo, we can now create our Shopify store and start building out the website. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to head over to Shopify, click where it says start free trial, and you're going to want to enter your information. And once you've done that, we'll then catch up again in the dashboard. So guys, the first thing that you want to do once you've started your Shopify free trial and you're in your dashboard is to head over to where it says select a plan, and you're going to want to choose the $29 a month plan. You want to select it and enter your details. Now do not worry, once your free trial has ended, then you'll be charged. So guys, after you've chosen your Shopify plan, the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to download the theme for our store that will make our store and our POD brand look like a legit real brand and will have high perceived value. Then you want to head over to this, and again, it'll be in the free ebook, and you want to try the theme. You do not want to pay for it right away. You just want to try. Once you hit try theme, you'll be taken to a page like this, and that's where you enter your Shopify domain, and that's the thing that we just copied. So once you've done that, it should look like this, and then what you want to do is you want to hit login, and then once you've hit login, it will redirect through back to your dashboard. And then what you want to do is you want to hit try theme again, and then it will literally pull it to your theme. And you can see here adding venue theme trial to your online store themes. So guys, once you've done that, it will literally load you into the store so you can start editing it. Don't get overwhelmed, don't worry. All you want to do is just close that window down, go back to the window before and just refresh it. That way now when you're on this tab, you'll have the theme in your theme library. So if we go over to online store and themes, you'll see it there in the bottom right, and you'll see it'll say trial. So you can see here it's downloaded it, theme trial, venue. So basically when you publish it, that's when you have to pay for it. But when you edit it, you don't need to pay for it. It's only when you publish it. But it's always good to get it for free to edit on, just so you're happy with the way it looks. Now once you've done that, we want to head over to where it says domain names, and we want to purchase the domain name that we found for our brand name. So you want to hit where it says buy new domain name, and you want to search for the domain name that we found in the Google domains. So you can see here I searched for entrepreneur lifestyle because that's the domain name that I wanted, and you can see here it's $14 for the year. And what I'm going to want to head over and do is I'm going to want to buy that domain name and make sure that you guys buy it as well. Now after you've bought your domain name, you want to go over to the bottom left side here where it says settings, and then you're going to want to head over to where it says general. Once you've hit general, you're going to want to make sure that your store currency is in US dollars. Because I'm based in the UK, it's made it British pounds automatically. I'm going to want to change it to US dollars and click save. So now you've changed the settings in your Shopify dashboard, and you've bought your domain name, and you've got the theme ready. Now we can move on to creating our PO designs that look professional. There's no point us creating our website yet until we have the designs and the mock-ups made. So what we're going to be using to create our designs is Canva. We're going to be using Photoshop, Placeit Maker, and Fiverr. Now you don't need to use all of these guys. These are just the 4 different ones that I personally use. Watch this part of the module, see which ones you want to use, and then you can just copy what I'm doing. So guys, this is the first method you can use to create designs for your POD store, which is Canva. Now you're going to want to go back over to the search bar again, and you're going to want to search for t-shirt, and this should come up right now. And once you've got this basically allows you to create the right dimensions that will fit perfectly to your t-shirts, because you have to make sure that's all the right dimensions. Now once you've done this, it will give you loads of different ideas and designs that people have done in the past, and some of the ones that Canva's made. Now this is another great way to show you the kind of ideas and the kind of end results you can get from using Canva. And you can see some of these designs look absolutely amazing, and they're all built through Canva. So what you're going to want to head over and do is hit create blank design or blank t-shirt, or if you've seen one of the designs you like, just go over there and click edit template. But for now, I'm just going to hit create blank t-shirt. So if you remember in the how to find winning designs module, I showed you how to find other companies selling designs that are doing well. And one of the designs that I saw and I liked the look of a lot was the CEO design. I know this design's doing great, and it has done great in the past because it's everywhere. Now I want to use this as an inspiration, and I thought the inspiration that I could do is I could put boss instead of CEO, and basically run with that. And instead of using SS in the boss word, I'm going to use $ and $. So I thought that's easy and quick to make. So I'm going to head over back to Canva. I'm going to hit text, and I'm going to want to drag my text over here, and I'm going to want to make sure that I edit it so it looks fine. So I'm literally just going to change this to say boss, and then you can see this right now, boss with the $, and then I'm going to put comma, and comma. So you can see if we look at that design and then look at the one they've made, it's pretty much the same, but all I've done is I've changed the word to say boss instead of CEO, and I've used the dollar signs instead of the S signs. And again, this is a unique design. Nobody's done this before, and the best way to see if anybody else has done your design before is to search for it in Google and go to images. Now, do bear in mind when you're placing your text on this template, do bear in mind this is going to be part of the t-shirt. So up here is going to be where the chest is, down here is going to be where the stomach is. So I'm going to want this near enough where the breast section is on the body. So now I've got that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the drop down button again, and I'm going to hit download, and then I'm going to hit transparent background, and then I'm going to hit download. So guys, this is going to be the second way to make designs, and this is going to be using Photoshop. Now, Photoshop is a little bit more advanced, but if you want to make more advanced designs, you will have to use it, and I'll be showing you how to use it today, don't worry. Now, the design that I'm going to be using as a reference is this one right here. I'm going to make my own version of this design because I know this one does really, really well. Now, what is the advanced part of this design? It's literally just making the K so it's flipped around like this, because unfortunately in Canva, I've not found a way to basically flip the K around like that. So I'm going to have to do it in Photoshop. So you guys can see I'm inside Photoshop right now. And Photoshop, I do believe, have a 30-day free trial. And once you've downloaded it, you want to hit the create new button here, and it will take you to here, and you want to hit over here where it says art and illustrations, and you want to use the 1x1000 grid right now, and you want to open that up. And once it's opened up, you want to make sure that the color here at the top is black, so make sure you drop that down to black, and then you want to hit the text button here, and then you want to click it, and then you're going to want to put the writing, which is obviously this. I'm going to add it like that. You can see here I've added the first part there, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a K. So I'm going to add a K right here like they did on their design. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate this by clicking edit, free transformation, transform, and then you're going to want to hit flip vertically. Flip horizontally, and you can see there it's just flipped the K round on the other direction. And now I'm going to want to center this all out. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm just going to want to quickly find the grids and center this. So that's fine. So the K here is fine. I'm just going to make sure that I move this part here. So you can see once you've centered it, it'll have a bar going through the middle. So you can see that's going through the middle. Now I want to make sure that that's close enough so it looks realistic. So guys, you can see after around about a few minutes, I came up with my design here, and you can see it says that losing, I only win. So they had basically that word then 9 to 5. I've put losing, I only win, and I've used the same color scheme as them, the red and then the white. So if we go back over to that design, you'll see what I'm talking about. They've used the white and the red, and that's exactly what I've done with my design, and I basically centered that through there, and I really do like it. Now what you're going to want to do is when you download all your designs, and I mentioned this about the logo at the start, I'm going to want to download it in white writing, and then I'm going to want to download it in black writing. So the bits that are in white, I'm going to download this one, and then once I've downloaded it, I'm going to download it again, but I'm going to put it in black instead, because like I said, if you're doing white t-shirts, you're going to need it in black. If you're doing black t-shirts, you're going to need it in white. So always make sure that you do that, because if you don't, it's not going to work properly when you design your t-shirts. And then in terms of saving your designs on here, you just hit file, save as, and then you're just going to want to make sure that it's not Photoshop, it's PNG, and then make sure that you change it to the name of the design. Now you might want to change it to the Photoshop. Now I do recommend making sure that you do save a format in Photoshop. That just basically means you can open the design back in Photoshop without having to recreate it again, and you can just edit from where you last went off. And you're also going to want to save a design in PNG too. That way you can use it for your merchandise. And I use Placeit not just for that, but to actually make mock-ups of our models wearing them too. Now to do this, you will need to subscribe to their monthly plan for like $14. It's super cheap, and when you see how much value you're going to get from Placeit, it's worth every single penny. If you don't subscribe, you're going to have watermarks in the background, and you won't be allowed to use their mock-ups, which we'll be using a little bit later on in the video when we're actually doing our website. So what I do here is I literally just use this template right here, and I've thought of a design that I found from another store that's made a design. And again, like I said to you guys before about finding winning designs, find other stores that are selling designs and use it as inspiration. So I found a design that I like, which is no more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put alarms, because obviously with entrepreneurs, they don't need to rely on alarm anymore because they've got no boss. Obviously people that have alarms tend to have them to wake up in time to go to work. So I'm going to put no more alarms. And I'm going to make this text really big, just because I feel like if I make it really, really big, it's going to stand out. So I'm going to move that here where it says no more alarms. And then I'm going to change this icon by clicking on it. And how you change it is you go over to where it says cars, and I'm going to type in alarm instead. So I'm going to type in alarm. So guys, after searching for alarms in the symbol section here, I clicked this one right here and it replaced the old symbol with the new one, and I think that looks really cool right now. So obviously what I'm going to want to do is change the colors because I do not like these colors. So I'm going to start off by changing the alarm text color. I'm going to change it from that color to red because I feel like a red would look really powerful for this. I feel like that's a bit too bright, so I like that color red. And I'm also going to change the symbol color to red as well. So I'm going to change it to this red right here, and you can see those match up really nicely. So I'm going to use that right there. I'm going to want to change the background color to black as well, because there you can see right now that pops so well. Now imagine that design on a white t-shirt, that would just pop so much, and I feel like that looks super dope and super cool. Now once we've made our design, we're going to head over to where it says free download, and we're just going to hit free download and free download, and it will download it with no watermark because I've got a monthly subscription, and it will be 4 times resolution, which is basically 4K, which is absolutely nuts. So that's how I use Placeit t-shirt designer to create my own design. So guys, the fourth way to make designs that look super cool is to go to a website called cooltext.com. Again, completely free. And what you can do in here is you can actually have really cool looking text effects, and you can download them completely free as well, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to use this one here called Tribal, and I'm going to enter my little slogan. So I like using cooltext.com if I'm making slogan POD designs. So I thought of the design where I'm going to be calling it "Where we come from, you don't go this far." So it's for entrepreneurs that come from like a rough background, like a council estate or something, and basically they're trying to say where we come from, you don't go this far, meaning the success they've had in entrepreneurship isn't normal because of their background. So I'm going to enter that design in here. So guys, you can see I've entered the text where it says "Where we come from, you don't go this far," and how you download it is simply just by right clicking it and click save image, and just make sure that you're saving it as a PNG file. It should give you the option to save it as a PNG file, and when you right click and click save, it does automatically save as a PNG, but just double check it is a PNG file because it needs to be transparent. But that's another way you can use cooltext.com to use for your slogans, for your POD designs, and it looks super cool. And to do something like this in Photoshop is very hard in terms of getting the text to look like this. So this is just a cool trick that I've found that works amazing, and it just looks super cool. So the last method you can use to come up with print-on-demand designs for your niche is by using a gig on Fiverr, where somebody will actually do it for you. And this is great for people that are super busy at work and they haven't got time to do this, or this is great for people that haven't got the capability of using Photoshop, Canva, or all the other methods that I've mentioned before, or you just don't have any ideas on designs. So basically what these guys do is they create designs for you. You just tell them the niche you're in, they'll do the research, and they'll come up with the designs, and you can see them right here. And you can see 10 t-shirts for £25, which are about $30. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, you don't need more than 30 designs to start with. This one would probably be the best package, 30 t-shirt designs at £50, which is around about $70. Now there are other people that offer this on Fiverr, just go and search for them, but the ones that I recommend and I've used in the past I will leave in the free ebook as well. So guys, we're now going to be moving on to actually editing the website and start getting the foundations for the homepage made. Now before you can move on to this part of the video, make sure that you have 5 POD designs made. You need to have 5 different designs made to be moving on to this part of the video. Once you have those 5 designs, head over to where it says online store, scroll down to theme library, and next to it should say venue, and then you want to hit customize. So now you should be greeted with this page right here, which will enable you to actually edit the website. Now what we're going to want to do is head over to the left hand side next to sections, and we're going to want to start removing some of these because we don't need them at this current time. Now the first one that we're going to remove is the testimonial section, because we don't have any yet. We're a brand new brand. Once we do have some legit testimonials, we can start adding them in, but for now just click the eye icon. Now the next one that we're going to get rid of is map. Once you get rid of map, that should go as well, because at the end of the day, we're an online brand. We don't have any brick or mortar store, so there's no need to put our map location on there because we simply do not have one. Once you've done that, that's all the sections removed, which is great. We don't need to do anything else now. We can move on to the next stage. Now, the next stage is making mock-ups for this section here, making mock-ups for this section, this section, this section, and this section, and also our video gallery. So we're actually going to make our mock-ups right now to start filling in some of the blanks and and to actually get it looking like a legit brand. So guys, the company we're going to be using to make our mockups for our website for the homepage is going to be a company called Placeit, and they have the best mockups in the industry, and we use this company to make our actual designs for our POD before, if you remember. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head over to where it says mockups in the top left, then you're going to want to hit t-shirts, and then it should take you to a page that will look like this, and it'll show you loads of different mockups, and when you hover over the mockup it will actually show you what it could look like when you add a design. And on the left hand side you've got your filters. Now let's say for example you're in the pet niche, you might want to hit pets because it will show you people wearing their designs next to pets, and obviously if you're doing a pet store you're obviously going to want to have that implemented in there, which is important. If you're doing something like motivational quotes, then you might want to hit sports because it will show people at the gym wearing your t-shirts with your design. So make sure that you play around with the filters to get the right look for your store. So guys, we're going to make a mock-up for the homepage strip of our website, and we're going to want to have around about 3 to 4 people in the mock-up wearing a t-shirt because t-shirts are normally the best sellers, and we're going to want to have different designs of them wearing it in the mock-up. And the reason why we're going to want to have that at the homepage is because we want to showcase to people when they come to our website the different designs and the different kind of people that wear them. So the best way to do this on Placeit is to go to the filters and scroll down, and you want to look for where it says groups. Once you hit groups, it will show you loads of different mockups where people are in groups. So you can see here it's showing us mockups of people with their family, people with their friends and whatnot. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through all of these different pages because there's loads and loads of pages, and you're going to want to try and find a mockup of 3 to 4 to 5 people that suits your brand. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the next couple of minutes and then catch up with you guys once I find a design that I like. So guys, after a few minutes of having a look at different groups of mockups of people, I was able to find this image here that I really like the most. And the reason why I like this one is because I feel like it fits my brand and my niche the best, because my niche is entrepreneurs. These guys look like young millennial entrepreneurs. There's both women and men in there, that way I'm not alienating a gender. And there's also multiple different races in this image. Again, no alienation, which means I'm opening my market to everybody. You're going to want to head over to where it says upload image, and this one is upload design 1, upload design 2. And if you look at the t-shirts, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So number 3 would be this one here. So when I upload the design on this one, it will appear on this woman here, and then it will do this, and then you can place where you want it on the t-shirt. I'm going to want mine just probably around about here, and then I'm going to hit crop, and then what it will do is it will render it on here. So you can see now it's rendered it on. Now I feel like my design's a little bit too far down, so I'm going to click the crop button and I'm just going to drag it up slightly because I feel like it was a little bit too low before, and I'm happy with that now. So it shows it really nicely there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of the designs to this and then show you the final product. So guys, after uploading all the designs, I was able to finish off with this image right here, and you can see there I like the look of this. I feel like it showcases all the designs that I've made really nicely, and I feel like it's a super powerful image. So once you've done that, you want to head over to where it says download, and then you want to hit download now. Once you've downloaded it, you want to head over back to your Shopify store, and you want to go over to where it says slideshow, and you basically want to get rid of one of the image styles. So go over to where it says image slide, and you want to go over to where it says remove content, because you only want one image on the home page. Once you've done that, go back to image slide again and go to image slide and then click select image. Once you've done that, you want to upload your image, and it should show a loading symbol showing that it's uploading your image of choice. Once you've done that, you want to hit select, and you can see now guys, my image has been selected on there, and it looks super nice and super branded. So guys, every time you add something, I would always recommend you save, because you don't want to lose any of the effort that you've put into your store, because I've done it a few times where I forget to save and then have to do everything again. So that's our first homepage done, and you can see it's got the zoom animation. So I don't know if you can tell, but with this theme, it has like a bit of a zoom animation going on and looks super nice. And you can see there that that homepage image looks very powerful. If we look at it on mobile, you can see again it looks really nice. So guys, the next thing we want to do now is we want to finish off the mockups for the homepage, and we want to scroll down to where it says image block. So this image block here for me is going to be for hoodies. This one here is going to be for t-shirts. This one here is going to be for couples, and I feel like this one here is going to be for accessories. So what I'm going to do guys, I'm going to go back onto Placeit and try and find a mockup for each one of those image blocks. Guys, as I said to you before, I'm going to be doing my image block number 1 as a hoodie. So what I'm going to go do is go back to mockups again, click hoodies, and then I'm just going to search through these different mockups and try and find somebody that I feel like fits my brand the best. So guys, after doing a couple of minutes of mock-up looks for the hoodies for the image block number 1, I was able to find this image here, and I like this one the most, and I've uploaded my design, which is in the 1% for my age, and I feel like with having the car in the back there, which is really nice, I feel like it fits that slogan the best, and he's got like a fancy restaurant in the back, so I feel like this fits my kind of look for that design the best. So guys, after doing another few minutes of t-shirt mock-up research, I was able to find this mock-up that I liked of a guy standing in front of his pub. And again, because he's an entrepreneur, he's a pub owner, I feel like this one looks really good. And on the t-shirt it says, ring ring, I can hear the money calling me. And because he's opening his like pub, it feels like he can hear his pub calling him to make the money. So I feel like that works really, really well. So that's the t-shirt mock-up that I found for this design, and that's the one that I'll be using for image block number 2. So guys, image block number 3 was the relationship or the couples image block, and I thought this one was super dope. It shows this couple holding hands in front of like a skyscraper. They're pointing towards their design at the back, and the one says, I'm not going to say because I'll demonetize my video. Then the other one says passive income zone, and the couple kind of merchandise collection works really, really well. So I thought I'd add a collection to my website, which will be the couple or relationship collection, just because that's a great way to increase AOV, and it's a great way to increase minimum order quantity too. So that was the image that I was able to find, and I really, really like this one a lot. Then the last image block was for accessories, and I thought I would do mugs because I thought mugs go well with entrepreneurs because they like to have a drink of coffee in the morning. And you can see there's an image of a MacBook Pro in the back, and there's a table, coffee counter, and then it has the mug there, and it says no more alarms. And I feel like that just goes really, really well with the setting of this image. And this is for image block number 4. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and fill out these image blocks with the mockups that I've just downloaded. So what you do is you go over to where it says image grid with text, and you can see these are these two right here. I'm going to click image block number 1. I'm going to click select image, and I'm going to upload the first one, which is the hoodie one. So you guys can see I've just uploaded the hoodie one of the mockup, and now I'm going to go to image block number 2, click select image, and I'm going to upload the t-shirt mockup. So you guys can see I've just uploaded the t-shirt mockup there on the right. Now do bear in mind when you're uploading these mockups, you can see this one's a vertical image, this one's a horizontal image. So when you're doing your mockups, try and find an image for this one that is vertical, not horizontal, or it just won't fit properly. Now once I've done that, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to the image with text grid number 2, and I'm going to upload my couples one right. So guys, you can see I've just uploaded my image couple right there, and that fits super nice on the website. I'm really happy with the way that looks. Now I'm going to want to upload the last mockup for the home page, which is this one right here. I'm going to go back to image text, this one here, and select the one without an image, and I'm going to select the accessory of the coffee mug for this one. So guys, you can see I've just added the last mock-up, and that was for the coffee mug. And you can see there, if we go back to the start, we've got our hoodies, we've got our t-shirts, we've got our couples, and we've got our coffee mugs. And I feel like that looks super nice. If we scroll through the website now, it's starting to get some foundation, and it's starting to look really, really nice. The next mock-up that we're going to do is the video gallery mock-up, and this is probably one of my favorite ones. So this basically is a mock-up of somebody wearing one of our designs, and it's actually a video, and you can do that with Placeit. Placeit actually do video mockups, which is insane. So we're going to move on to this one, but before we move on, go to where it says video gallery in the sections, and make sure that you delete one of the videos. You only want one of the videos in here, you don't want two. So guys, go back to Placeit, head over to mockups again, and go where it says apparel videos. Once you click that, it'll actually give you mockups you can use in a video format. So when you hover over this, it will actually play the video, which is really, really dope. Now what you want to do is you want to head over to the left hand side again. Now I'd recommend you use a t-shirt mockup video, not a hoodie or anything else, because again, t-shirts are going to be your best sellers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of these mockups and try and find a guy wearing a t-shirt design that I like, and in a video format that I like. So give me a few minutes guys, and I'll show you what I find. So guys, after around about 10 minutes, I was able to find a video mock-up of a guy wearing a t-shirt with one of my designs, what I really, really liked. It shows a guy like in a Greek island in the summer, looking super cool, and you can see he's got my design in the 1% for my age. I feel like it suits the video nicely, and if I play it for you, you can see he looks like an entrepreneur. He's got that look to him, and it just looks super professional. And if somebody sees that on your website, they're going to think, damn, this is a big brand if they're doing shoots like this for their design. So now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to download this and upload it. Now I'm going to be showing you how to upload videos to your Shopify store, because it's not as simple as just uploading it. So once you've downloaded the file, what you're going to want to do is you're going to head over to Vimeo, and you're going to want to make a Vimeo account. It is completely free. Once you've made a Vimeo account, you're going to want to name your Vimeo account in your brand name. So mine's account's Entrepreneur Lifestyle. So make sure you call your Vimeo account Entrepreneur Lifestyle, and make sure that you upload your profile picture as your logo, because if you don't, then it's just not going to look professional. Once you've done that, you're going to want to head over to where it says new video, and you're going to want to hit upload, and then you're going to want to select the video of the mock-up of the guy wearing the t-shirt, or whatever mock-up you get. So guys, once you've uploaded your video mock-up to Vimeo, it should take you to a page like this where you can edit everything. All you want to do is just grab the link. So I'm going to copy this link right here, and I'm going to want to paste it in our Shopify store. So guys, you can see I'm back in my Shopify store again. I want to go over to where it says video gallery, and I'm going to go over to where it says link here, and I'm going to paste the link, and then it should give you the option like this. You just want to click it, and you want to hit video again here, and you want to delete the YouTube link that's already in there, and you want to paste Vimeo link in there. So guys, if you added your Vimeo link like I just did, then you should see your video appear like mine is right now, and this looks super professional. And when somebody comes to your website and sees that video, they're going to get big impressions from your brand, and they're going to think, wow, you guys are legit. You guys must be a big brand that have been going on for a couple of years. So that looks really, really nice, and I'm really happy with the design there, and I think the website is starting to take some very good shapes to how it looks. Now what we're going to want to do, guys, is we're going to want to add Printerful to our website. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So guys, now we've added some of the mockups to our homepage, and it's starting to look really, really good. We're now going to want to add Printerful as an app to our store, so we can start adding products to our website. So how you do that is click the purple Shopify logo there. Once you do that, you want to head over to where it says apps, and then you're going to want to go to where it says visit Shopify App Store, and then you're going to want to search for Printerful. So after I search for Printerful, you can see it show up right here. You want to click it, and then you want to click add app. So guys, once you've done that, you should come to a page like this where it's asking you connect your store to Printerful. And like I said to you when I was showing you the suppliers, you want to make a free account with Printerful so you can just quickly sign in. So guys, after you've done that I've just showed you, you should come to a page that looks like this, which means you're fully integrated, and it should say here connected to your store in a green check, and then confirm your email address if you haven't already. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to where it says more, and then you're going to want to go over to where it says settings. So once you've gone over to the settings page, you're going to want to head over to where it says packaging slip, which should take you to a page that looks just like this. Then we're going to want to do where it says branding optional, which is select image to upload 3:2 ratio. Now what is this right here? Customized packaging slip basically means when a customer receives your package, it will have a slip on there with your logo and your contact information, which looks super, super branded. And this goes back to one of the biggest pros that I was talking about at the start of the course, which is you can basically make your store look like a brand with Printerful and POD, which is insane. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you how to make this branded packaging slip right now using Photoshop. So guys, you're going to want to head over to Photoshop, and you're going to go over to where it says create new. Then you're going to click photo. Then you're going to hit landscape 3:2 ratio. So guys, once you hit the 3:2 ratio on Photoshop, you should come to an editor that looks just like this one. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head over to where it says file, and you're going to want to hit open. Then you're going to want to import your logo to this part of the website, and you're going to want to import your black text logo as well. So guys, once you've done that, it should look like this, and what you want to do is you want to drag it, and then you want to add it to the tab, and then you want to drop it down, and it should appear like that. Then what you're going to want to do is you just want to zoom into this a little bit. You're just going to make this a little bit smaller, and you're going to want to put it basically in the top mid right here. Now you got to remember, with packaging slips, they cannot be colored. They have to be black and white. If it's not black and white, it will not be approved, so you won't be able to use it. So I want to make this logo now black and white, because again, like I said, you can't use color. So what you do is you click it, you go over to where it says adjustments, and you're going to go over to where it says saturation, which is this one right here, hue and saturation. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the hue, and you're just going to put it right to the end. And you're also going to want to put the saturation right to the end. If you do those two, saturation and hue, it should make your logo now black and white like this one. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the text symbol. You're going to want to add it here, and you're just going to make sure that the size is big enough so it fits on here, which are probably 24. Actually, no, 24 is a bit too big, so I might do 18. So you're going to want to do 18. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add your contact number and your contact email address. So when customers receive your package, they know if they have any problems, firms where to contact. So guys, I've just finished off mine, and you can see I put customer service email, then I put the email address, then I put the phone number, and then I put thank you for your purchase, because remember, this is going to be on the package they receive. So once you've done that, you're going to want to head over to file, and you're going to want to save this as a JPEG, and then we can upload. So guys, once you've exported that photo, you're going to want to go to where it says select image to upload, and you're going to want to select the package label that we've just made in Photoshop. So guys, I've just uploaded the image, and you can see it says uploading 100%, and then it says processing, and then you can see right now it's just appeared what I've just made. So that's what will be posted on the packaging once it gets sent out. Once you've done that, you just want to make sure you hit save in the red, and then that's all good to go. So guys, once you've done the package label, you want to head over to where it says products, and it says add your first product, and you're going to hit add the product. Then what you're going to want to do is you want to select men's clothing, all t-shirts, and I use this t-shirt right here. It's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive, and the quality is very, very good. So what you're going to want to do is you want to click it, and then once you click it, it will tell you the different colors. You can click select all colors. If you select all colors, then basically what it means is it will put all of these different color variants onto your website, which is not what I want to personally do. I only want to have white and black of this t-shirt, so I'm going to select black and white. So white and black is selected. I don't want to use any other colors. Then it says here select sizes. Now I personally do not use 4 times extra large, 3 times extra large, 2 times extra large. I only have extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. They're the only ones that I have. Once you've done that, then what you want to do is you want to head over to where it says drop your design here. And then you just basically want to agree to these terms and conditions, basically meaning that your designs are not copyrighted, they're not rude, and all of those other things. I definitely recommend you read these. So guys, I've just uploaded my first design, and you can see there it says 100%. It's just fully uploaded it. Then I want to click choose, and then it will give me the option now to play around with it. So you can see we made your image larger, so they automatically do adjustments to your image if they feel like it needs to be bigger to make it look better. Now do bear in mind, this blue box here is basically where you're allowed to place your image. Anything outside of that box will not be worked, so basically it won't work. So I'm going to put this probably just there. I feel like that is perfect right there, and you can see the design is ring ring, I can hear the money calling me. Now once you've done that, you can go into the inside label. The inside label is obviously the inside of your shirt label, and you can add your basically your logo in here, which will look absolutely amazing. So guys, you can see I've just added my inside label, and it looks super good. And when people receive their t-shirts, they're going to have our logo in the neckline. So I want to make something very clear. It's going to cost you an additional charge to have more logos, more designs added to your t-shirts, because you can add a design to the back, the sleeves, the outside. You can do all of that. Now for an inside label, it's going to cost me an extra $2.48. So in total, this t-shirt, to make it, it's going to cost me in total $15.15. So do bear in mind, the more you add to your t-shirts, the more it's going to cost. Also guys, very important is I only ever recommend doing a front design and an inside label. 90% of your merch should only be doing that. Everything else, you should be doing a few other things, but again, 90% of your merch should be an inside label, being your logo, and a front design. I will be showing you a little bit later on a design where I do basically a back design and a front design. But for now, guys, just stick to front and inside label. So guys, once you've finished up your confirmed design for your t-shirt or whatever merch you're doing, you want to hit proceed to media. Then you want to go to the mockup style, and you basically want to use the same model for every design. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to be doing like 5 or 6 designs on this tutorial. So every model I'll be picking is the same one, which will be this guy right here, because if you don't, it will look inconsistent and unprofessional. That's my personal opinion. Now, if you scroll down, you want to be choosing the color. I'm going to be doing black for this one because I feel like black always sells better than white, because black is so universal. So then what you're going to want to do is you want to hit additional mockup styles. And with this one, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select a woman for this additional mockup style. So you're going to want to find a woman that you feel like fits your brand, which I feel like this one does here. And you're going to want to make sure that she is the additional mockup. So you want a man mockup and a woman mockup. And I personally want her in the black color because I feel like that's going to be the best seller. Once you've done that, you want to change the mockup format to JPEG, and then you're going to want to click proceed to details. Once you've done that, it will take you to the page where you can edit the details details like the product title, the description, the sizes, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, personally, I do not change any of this in the Printful section. I adjust this in the Shopify product section, not the Printful section. So for now, I'm going to hit proceed to pricing. So guys, the next part before we import this to the store is the pricing, and I do change the pricing structure in the Printful editor because it shows me the profit very visibly right here on the right. So you're going to want to be making on average between $15 to $50. Now, of course, that just depends on what you're selling. If you're selling like a laptop cover, you might want to be making a $40 profit margin because it has a high perceived value. But with these t-shirts, I only want to be making a $15 profit margin. So I'm going to want to adjust the retail price to show a $15 profit margin. So guys, you can see I've changed the price to $29.99 because it technically leaves me with a $15 profit margin. If we round it up, it's about $15. If I wanted to, I could round it up to $32.99, but for perceived value and basically sale purposes, I feel like $29.99 is more encouraging. So once you've done all the prices, you just want to basically click submit to store, and then that will just import it to your Shopify store. So guys, after you've imported your product successfully, you should come to a dashboard that looks like this, and if you scroll down, it should show your product 10 synced, meaning 10 variations of that product synced. It doesn't mean the stock is 10, it just means there's 10 variants of that product. Now if we scroll up and go back to Shopify dashboard and go to products, you'll see that's also being shown on there as well, which is amazing. If it says inventory not tracked, don't worry about that. You shouldn't worry about it. Now what we're going to want to do, guys, is we're going to want to add more products by clicking add product, and this time I'm going to do a hoodie just to show you something different. So I'm going to go over to men's clothing again, scroll down to hoodies, and then I'm going to pick the hoodie I like the most, which is this one right here. And again, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the colors that I want it in. Now with this hoodie, personally, I want it in black and white, so I'm going to choose black and white. Then I'm going to add the design to my hoodie, so I'm going to click upload, and I'm going to add the next design. So guys, I've just imported my next design to the hoodie, and it's literally put it exactly where I wanted it. Something to do keep in mind on is print quality. Print quality says good, 143 dpi. Now this is something that you should be keeping an eye on, this print quality good, because at the end of the day, that's telling you how good your design will be printed on the hoodie. Now if it says poor or bad, that's not good. You want it on good, and that is it. Anything worse than that, you do not want to be doing, guys. If it's worse than that, it will give you some suggestions like making the image bigger, smaller, or whatnot. Now what I want to do is I want to go to outside label, and I'm going to want to put my logo in here, and because this one is a white hoodie, I'm going to want to upload my black logo. So guys, you can see I've just uploaded the black version of my logo into the outside label because obviously it's a white hoodie, and you can see that looks amazing right there. Now what I'm going to do is hit proceed to media again. So I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. So I'm going to select the white hoodie, and then I'm going to select white on the left hand side there. I'm going to make sure that I'm using the same model as last time to keep it consistent. Additional mock-up. This time I'm going to be choosing the same woman model as last time, and then I'm just going to click proceed to details. Then I'm not going to be just in the actual description because I do that in Shopify, not in Printful. Then yes, I do the actual profit and retail price in here. So I'm going to change this to 49 instead of 29. So guys, I'm going to be showing you now me creating a product through Printful where it's got a front design and a back design. So we're going to head over to add product again, men's clothing, all t-shirts, and I'm going to be doing the first t-shirt there. I'm going to be doing it in black and white, so let's do black and white. So I've just added the first part of the design, which is getting paid daily, and I put that right to the top of the mock-up there. And then I'm going to go over to where it says back. I'm going to click drop your design, and this time I'm going to put this design here, because you've got to understand these two designs go hand in hand. One says getting paid daily, so if you look at the front design, it says getting paid daily, and the back says basically that, which means obviously I don't need your salary because I'm getting paid daily. So it goes really well together, and you can see it's going to cost me an extra around about $6 to add the back design. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit proceed to media. I'm going to hit additional styles, and this time I'm going to be doing black, and I'm going to be picking the woman because again I want to keep everything consistent. And then I'm going to hit proceed to details. Now in terms of the product pricing structure, because I've had to pay an additional $6 roughly to get the back design printed, I'm going to be making the selling price $34.99 for this t-shirt, which will leave me with around about a $16 profit margin, which is amazing. Now the normal t-shirts with only a front design and an inside label, label is $29.99. The ones with the front and back design, I'm doing it $34.99. And customers will understand that obviously it's going to cost more because you've got a back design. So don't worry about customers saying, oh, well, why is that t-shirt more expensive than the other one? They're not going to be worried too much because they'll understand that one has a front design and one has a front and back design. So don't be too worried about that. Customers will definitely understand why you've done it. So guys, now I've added all the products to Printful. I'm now going to want to add them to my website, the home page, the collection pages. So what we're going to do is go back to Shopify, go over to where it says products, go over to where it says collections, and you're going to go over to where it says create collection. Then the first one, we're going to call it t-shirts. So you can see t-shirts come up. Then we're going to want to go to where it says collection type. I set it to manual. Then you want to hit save. Then you're going to want to hit create collection again, and this time we're going to be doing hoodies. So we're going to do hoodies, and we're going to do the same again, hit manual and then hit save. So guys, I'm not going to bore you and get you to watch me doing all of these different collections, but the ones that I recommend you make are subcategories. So if you're doing t-shirts, add t-shirts. If you're doing sweatshirts, add sweatshirts. If you're doing accessories, add accessories. So what I'll do is I'll add all of mine and then show you the ones that I've got. So guys, these are all the collections that I ended up making: entrepreneur couples, best sellers, accessories, hoodies, and t-shirts. Now again, if you've got more than that, add the ones you need to add. Now what we're going to want to go and do is add the products to the collection. So go to all products, and then for example, all the ones that are t-shirts. So this is a t-shirt, this is a t-shirt, this is a t-shirt, this is a t-shirt. I'm going to highlight them, more actions, add to collection, and then I'm going to choose the collection, which is a t-shirt collection, and then I'm going to hit save. Now I've got one hoodie here, so I'm going to hit more actions, add to collection, and I'm going to add that to the hoodie collection. And you basically just want to add the different products to the right collection. So I've got a mug here, so I'm going to add that to accessories, add to collection, and then I'm going to choose accessories. So again, guys, just make sure that you're adding them to the right collection. So guys, now we're going to be doing the best sellers collection. Now to pick the products for the best selling collection, pick the designs you feel like have the best opportunity or have the best chance of success. So I feel like this design's got the best chance, I feel like this design's got the best chance, and I feel like this design's got the best chance. So what I'll do is highlight the ones that I feel like are going to do the best, hit more actions, add to collection, and I'll add that to the best sellers. So guys, once you've done that, you want to head over to your website, the editor, and then you want to go over to where it says featured collection, select collection, and you're going to want to select the best sellers, and then you want to hit select, and then it should load up those products right there. So you can see that those have been added. So guys, after you've done that, you want to scroll down and you want to go to the image grid with text, image block number 1, which is my hoodie one. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click the image block. I'm going to scroll down to go where it says link, paste link, or search. I'm going to go to collections and I'm going to select hoodies. Once I've done that, you'll see now when you hover over the image, it dims, meaning you can click it. Now, once I've done that one, I'm going to want to do the t-shirt one. I'm going to want to scroll down, go to the link, click collections, and hit t-shirts. Now I've hit t-shirts. You can see now when you hold on to the image, it zooms in and it gives it that click feeling. Again, I'm going to want to do the same. I'm going to want to scroll down to the next image block, which is this one. I'm going to hit the first image, scroll down to the link, and now I'm going to hit collections, and I'm going to choose entrepreneur couples. And you can see now it's actually giving me a buy now button. You can see with this one, it doesn't actually give you a button, but this one now does because I've added a link. I'm also going to want to scroll down to the image, the next one, which is the cup, and I'm going to hit button link, and I'm going to hit collections, and I'm going to choose basically accessories, and you can now see it's added a button as well. Once you've done all of those, make sure you click save. So guys, now we've done the fundamentals for the mockups and the links for the image blocks. Now we actually want to edit the main website and get everything ready for the advertising. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is head over to where it says theme settings, go to colors, and make sure the brand and the accent color are the color of the accent in your logo. So my logo is 3 colors, gray, black, and red. So I'm going to make the brand color this red color here. I'm going to make the accent color the same red, and you can see it's just added those few little red accents now, you can see, and it looks really, really nice. Once you've done that, you want to go down to where it says favicon, and you want to hit select image, and you want to select your brand logo. Once you've done your favicon, what you want to then do is go to the checkout, and you want to go to where it says custom image logo. You want to select, and you want to select your logo again, and then hit select. Then what you're going to want to do is make sure that the accent color is the same as your brand accent. So just make sure that these are the same as your brand colors. Then you're going to want to go back, and then you're going to want to go to where it says products, and then you're going to want to make sure that you scroll down, and then where it says enable product labels. So you want to make sure that you get rid of show new label, because if you keep show new label on, then what it'll do is every product that you add, it will say new on it, and you just don't want that on there because it doesn't look professional. So make sure you turn that one off, and then once you've done that, you can go back and you can save. So guys, the next thing that you're going to want to do is to go to the sections, and you're going to want to go to header, and you're going to want to add your logo. So that means that your logo will now appear, so you can see it there. It looks really, really nice. Then you're going to want to scroll down to where it says this here announcement bar, and you're going to want to delete this, and you're going to want to change it to say free tracked shipping. So guys, now you should be up to date with me having your logo, having free track shipping in the shipping bar, having the color scheme on your website. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to where it says image slide, and you're going to want to make sure that you change this image slide and the text that is on there. So if you scroll all the way down, you can see you got your subheading, you can see you got your button label, and you can see you got your button link. So the first thing that I'm going to change is the heading. So I'm going to get rid of this here, and I'm going to type in entrepreneurship clothing. So you guys can see it's now saying entrepreneurship clothing. If you're doing like a pet store, you might want to do cute pet clothing or something like that, but very simple and very basic. Now I'm going to do the subheading, and I'm going to put in the subheading the life of an entrepreneur designs. So you guys can now see it says the life of an entrepreneur merch designs, which is really, really cool. Now I'm going to want to change the button label to say shop now. So you can see where it says button label, I'm going to change that to say shop. Once you've done that, you're obviously thinking, why is there no button? It's because you've not added a link. So make sure that you go to where it says products. Now once you've done that, you should see a shop now button appear, which will take them to all the different products that you're selling on your website. Now we're going to work our way down, and we're going to go to featured collection, and we're going to change the heading from this to entrepreneur favorites. Now if you want, you can change it to like pet lover favorites or something like that, just to give you some examples. So you guys can see now it says entrepreneur favorites. Now we're going to work our way down again, and we're going to go over to image grid with text number 1, image block number 1, and we're going to scroll down to where it says text. Now you can see where it says heading, we're going to want to change this, and we're going to want to put shop or hoodies. Where it says text, make sure you get rid of it, and I'm going to put take a look at our rise of an entrepreneur collection for hoodies. So you guys can see I've put take a look at our rise of an entrepreneur collection for hoodies. I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm going to be using this for the t-shirts, but change hoodies to t-shirts. Now you could put something like take a look at our range or our cute range for pet lovers, or something like that for hoodies. Now you do need to be creative, and the niche that you should go with is a niche that you're passionate about, because in that way you would know the copywriting to use for each thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to where it says image block for the t-shirts, and I'm going to do the exact same right here. I'm going to copy and paste what I put on the other one, but I'm going to change hoodies to say t-shirts. And then with the heading, I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to put shop or t-shirts. Once you've done that, you can go back down to the next image grid, and then you can change the title and text again. So for this one, I might do as the heading, shop the couple collection. And you can do that with any niche. As long as you have a couple collection, then it's completely fine. And I find couple collections do really, really well for average order value. So in the text box, I might put something like, we have a special collection for entrepreneurs in love with other entrepreneurs. Now, if you're in the pet niche, you might want to put something like, we have a special collection for pet owners that are in love with other pet owners. So for the heading for this one, I might want to put shop or accessories. And for the text, I might want to put the same thing again. Take a look at the rise of the entrepreneur collection for accessories. And again, you're going to want to put shop now as the button label, and you're going to want to make sure that the button link is as accessories. And then that's pretty much all our image blocks done. So you can see our image blocks looking really professional. So just from those few minutes of doing that to the website, you can start to see it starting to look really, really good and very, very professional. So that moves me on to the video gallery, which I'm going to click right now, and I'm going to want to change the heading to something like the rise of the entrepreneur collection. So I've come out with my own collection called the rise of the entrepreneur. If you're doing something like pets, you might want to do something like the cute pet collection or something like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the button label from more videos to more styles. So I'm going to click here where it says more videos to more styles. So guys, if we go to the bottom of the website, you can see it says example product title. Now in this section, we're going to want to add the best product that we feel like has the best potential. So I'm going to go over to where it says featured product, select product, and I'm going to pick the one that I feel like has the best potential, which I feel like is this one. And it's as simple as that, guys. Once you've selected the product, you just want to leave it as it is. is. Now, the reason why I want to leave it as it is because, of course, we're going to be changing the description, the product title, and all that kind of stuff a little bit later on. So don't worry too much about that for now. We're just getting the layout. So guys, the next thing is to change the footer. So what we want to do is we want to go over to where it says in the bottom menu. Now you might have two different menus. So if you have two menus, just click remove content on one of them. Then what you want to do is you want to change menu to say site links, because I feel like it looks so much more professional and it sounds so much more professional. Then once you've done that, you basically want to go to where it says contact us, and you do want to make sure that it says contact us, because it might just say contact, but you just want to make sure that you put contact us in there. And you definitely want to get rid of where it says show address. So where it says show address, make sure you untick that, because you don't want that showing. Now, the next thing is your email and your phone number. Now, if your phone number and email is incorrect, the way to change it is by going to the Shopify settings and go to general, and then whatever is showing in here. So you can see here, I've got my email address, I've got my phone number in here as well, and I've got my address. So whatever's in this section will appear on the website. Then where it says text area, you're going to want to call this our story. So you want to change this to say our story. And then you're going to want to put a little bit of a paragraph about you as a brand. So you guys can see in the our story section, I put, we are a group of entrepreneurs that understand that entrepreneurs are bold individuals. So we have designed merchandise that reflects our unique lifestyle. You might want to put something like, we are a group of pet owners that understand that pet owners love their pets. So we've designed merchandise that reflects how much we love our pets, something like that. But that's pretty much what you want to put in that box there. Once you've done that, guys, make sure you save it, because we've pretty much done the homepage. We just need to do a few more tweaks and we're pretty much done. But if we look at our homepage now, you can see it's looking very, very nice and very, very professional. So if we go over to the sections again, you can see you've got pop-up. Just make sure that the pop-up is turned off, and you've got age checker as well. Make sure age checker is turned off. Now, if you've got a website where you feel like people do need an age check and you feel like you've got rude or things that are made for people that are 18 or 20 years old, make sure you do add that in. But for most people, you won't need to. So guys, something else that you need to do is you need to go to theme settings, go to cart, and enable cart notes and enable checkout box. Now I'm going to show you what those two do. So if we go over to one of the products and add it to the cart, I'm going to show you exactly what it does. So if we go to add to cart, you can see here in the bottom it says I agree with the terms and conditions, and you can also see now it says special instructions for the seller. Now the reason why you want the agree with the terms and conditions is because if they agree to those terms and conditions, it basically means when you add your terms and conditions to your website, which we'll be doing in the next few minutes, it means they agree to them, which means, let's say that your terms and conditions say that your delivery time can be between 5 and 20 days. If the customer opens a chargeback and it's not been 20 days, then if you show the payment provider that they agree to the terms and conditions and it's not over the 20 days yet, then you will win the chargeback. So it's a great way to keep you as a brand safe and secure. So guys, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to edit what the product page looks like. So click one of the merchandise that you've got on your website, and then we can start adjusting it. So what we're going to want to do is we want to go to where it says product page, and you can see it says classic layout, default layout. What we're going to want to do where it says product variant styles, change it to drop downs, because I feel like it looks more professional and a lot more tidier. Then what you can do is you can scroll down and change the checkout badge image. So if you want to put like trust badges on there, you can do that. It's completely down to you. The next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that testimonials is turned off if it's been turned on, because you don't have any yet. You also want to make sure that product sections is fine, and you also want to make sure that product recommendations is turned on, and you just want to make sure that that's completely fine, because you want to try and get the upsells and the cross sells. As long as that's everything as I just said, then we can move on to changing the product descriptions. So guys, the next stage is to edit the product descriptions for all our products. Now the first one that I'm going to do is one of the t-shirts, and obviously you're going to want to edit all of them. Now what you want to change the product title to is basically the name of the t-shirt. So the name of this t-shirt would be Getting Paid Daily, because that's the design of the POD. So I'm going to change it to Getting Paid Daily. So you can see I've called it Getting Paid Daily t-shirt, because obviously if I'm doing a hoodie version, I'll change this to hoodie. So guys, moving on to the product description, I'm actually going to leave the template. I recommend using the one that I've just added in here in the free ebook, and the start of the product description should say the story behind the design, because when you're doing POD, it's all about explaining to the customer what went into the design, what is the purpose of the design, and why you should buy it. So you can see I've called it the story behind the design. This is the design for those entrepreneurs that are getting paid daily or are inspiring to get paid daily instead of getting paid a salary once a month. Then I put the purpose of this design is to show you don't need a salary and you can choose when you want to get paid and you're not dependent on a salary. This t-shirt is everything you dreamed of and more. It feels skin soft and ultra lightweight with a balanced amount of stretch. Then I put unique in-house design only made for entrepreneur lifestyle clothing. So you might want to put in-house design only for your brand name clothing. And again, with the start of this, you might want to just adjust this and tell a little bit of a story for your design. Now with the specifications, I leave that as default. Whatever they were, I've just left them. So guys, with the size guide and the size box, this box is empty. So I do actually put sizes in here and then make it bold because it is missing. And then apart from that, guys, I leave the description as it is. What I will be doing and what I'll be showing you a little bit later is I want to enter this because I'm going to be putting two different videos here. I'm going to be putting one video here and another video here, and I'll be showing you that in the next few minutes. Now, if we scroll down, we just want to make sure that our product price is correct, which is $34.99, which is correct. Then you want to go over to where it says edit website SEO, and you just want to make sure that the page title is correct, and you want to make sure that the URL handle is nothing too crazy. So you're going to want to change the URL handle to the product name. So you can see I'm going to delete this right now, and I'm going to be changing this to getting paid daily. So you guys can see I've just changed the product URL handle to getting paid daily because it was one of the default ones before, and then I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to head over to the media section and I'm going to make sure that they're correct. So I'm going to make the main image that one right there, and I'm going to make that image the second one. So just make sure that you change the arrangement of the media. If you need to add more, then add more, but I'm going to leave mine like that for now. Then what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be adding my two different videos here. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head over to Placeit again. So guys, now we're at Placeit. You want to go back to Imperial Videos again, and you're basically want to change the filter to t-shirts. So you can see here on the filters, I'm going to change it to t-shirts because that's one of the products that I'm going to be doing. And I basically want to find a mock-up video that shows a front of a t-shirt and the back of the t-shirt, because remember, the design of this t-shirt is a back and forth design. So I'm going to try and find on Placeit a design that I can use, and I'll be checking back in with you guys in a minute once I find the perfect mock-up. So guys, after doing around about 20 minutes of mock-up searching, I was able to find two different videos that I was really happy with. The first video being the front version of the t-shirt, and you can see if I play it, you can see he's pointing to the design, and then he's putting his hands in his pockets, and then he's just letting the t-shirt do what it needs to do, which is make a statement. And I feel like the model suits the t-shirt because it's like somebody young, looks like a young entrepreneur, confident. So guys, if we look at the second video, you can see here it shows the back of the t-shirt, and the thing that I love about this video is it's the same model wearing the t-shirt, so it looks super professional and super branded. So you can see that right there. So guys, what I'm going to want to do now is add those two videos to my Vimeo account so I can add them to my product page. So what I'm going to do is upload these two videos and then I'm going to add them to my product page. So guys, once you upload the video, what you want to do is you want to hit where it says share, and you want to get copy embed code. Once you get the copy embed code, go back to your website, click the video icon, paste it in there and click insert video, and you'll see it just appear. And I'm going to do the same with the second video. So you guys can see I'm going to add the second video by just clicking the video icon, pasting the embed code again, and that one should just appear right there. So guys, this is the product page, and you can see the model at the start there. If we scroll down, you can see the two different videos on my website, and when you click it, it will play after a few seconds, and I think that looks super professional. And then we've got my product description and then my size guide. So guys, this is what it looks like on the mobile version, and I'm really happy with the way it looks. It looks super branded, super professional, and I just feel like people are going to really enjoy seeing this when they come from the ads. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to finish off all the product descriptions for all the different products, and then I'm going to be showing you the next stage, which is what you need to do. So guys, the next stage of the process, to go back to the Shopify dashboard, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to where it says pages, add a page, and the first page is going to be called Our Story. And then what you're going to want to do is go to the free ebook that I've given you guys in the description, and you can see one of the templates is Our Story, and you're just going to want to change where it says your store name to your store name, and then you're good to go. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to copy this over and paste. So you guys can see I've just copied and pasted that over. What I'm going to do is just adjust these to say my store name and then hit save. So once you've made that, you want to make another page, and this one's going to be called Contact contact us. Once you've changed the title name to say contact us, you want to go over to where it says template, and you want to change it from page to page contact. That way it gives people a contact form through that page instead of a normal page, which is super good. Then what you're going to want to do is go over to the free ebook again and copy and paste the contact us template over into that section. So guys, I'm not going to bore you anymore with me adding loads of pages, but the next few pages that you need to make are terms of service, shipping policy, refund policy, privacy policy, and then just basically get the copy and paste from the ebook and then add them on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward this, guys, make mine, and then catch up with you again. So guys, once you've made all of those pages, what you want to do is you want to go to where it says online store, navigation, main menu, and what you're going to want to do is delete catalog, and you're going to want to add some more pages. So the first page that we're going to add is shop all, and the link for this is going to be products, and then it's going to be all products, and then add. The next menu is going to be shop hoodies, so we're going to put shop hoodies, and then we're going to put collection as the link, and then hoodies as the link. So guys, the next menu page we're going to do is track your order, and I've got a little trick here. So instead of actually getting an app, we're going to be using this website called Universal Parcel App Tracking. This is by far my favorite parcel tracking website ever, and all you do is just paste the link in there, and then you click that, and then you click add, and that's that done. And literally what people do is when they hit the track order button, it will take them to that website. They add their tracking number in here, and they'll find out where their package is. And this is by far the best because it's completely free. And the last one that you want to add is the R story, and then make sure you change it to pages, and you change it to the R story page and click add. And then what you want to do is you want to go back to the navigation again, and this time you want to go to where it says footer menu, and this is where we're going to be adding the next lot of pages. So we're going to get rid of the search menu because we don't need that. We're going to click add menu, and this time we're going to be adding the terms of service, and then we're going to put the link to the terms of service in here by going to pages, and then T's and C's, terms of service, and then click add. And then what we're going to do, guys, because I don't want to bore you too long, is you're going to be adding shipping policy, refund policy, privacy policy, and track your order. So guys, I've just finished off those, and you should have terms of service, shipping policy, refund policy, privacy policy, track your order, and then you want to hit save. Once you've done that, you want to head over back to your website, and you just want to refresh the page and just make sure that those have been updated. So you guys can see now I've just updated and refreshed my website, and if I click the main menu button, you can see those have just been added into the main menu. And if I scroll down in the footer, those have also been added in underneath site links, and it's starting to look very, very good, the website. So guys, the next thing that we're going to want to do is the social medias, and you want to scroll down to where it says Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to want to make a Facebook page and an Instagram page. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you how to make a Facebook page and an Instagram page that looks great, and then I'm going to get you to add those in. So guys, what you're going to want to go and do is you want to go and head over to your Facebook, go to where it says pages in the left hand side, and then you're going to want to hit create page, and then you're going to want to hit brand and business, and then you're going to want to call your page name your brand name. So for me, entrepreneur lifestyle. For category, you can either put shopping and retail, or you can put fashion and design. I personally put fashion and design. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to enter your street address, and then what I'd recommend doing is hitting don't show my address. So you do have to enter your address, but just make sure you hit the don't show my address. So once you've done that, it will say add a profile picture, and the profile picture you want to upload is your logo. So guys, what you want to do is you want to add a cover photo. So you want to hit add a cover photo, and you want to go where it says upload photo/video, and you want to upload the home photo from your website. So you can see where it says drag to reposition. You want to drag that down a little bit because you just want to see all of their faces and all of the designs, and I think that's perfect. And then I'm going to hit save. Once you've done that, what you're going to do is hit add a button, and you're going to want to go to where it says shop with you, shop now, click next, and you're going to hit website link, and you're going to put your website link in there and hit save. Once you've done that, you want to go to where it says about, and you're going to want to make sure that you add a username. So you want to go to where it says create a username, and you're going to want to call the username the exact same as your brand name in lowercase. So you guys can see I've called the username Entrepreneur Lifestyle Merch. The reason why I called it merch at the end was because Entrepreneur Lifestyle is already taken. So then you're going to want to hit create username, and then that username should be created. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add your email address, which will be support@yourbrandname.com. Then you're going to want to add your website name. Then where it says the about section, you see where it says the about section there. What you're going to do is you want to go back to your website, and you're going to scroll down to the bottom and copy and paste that bit there, and go back to the page and paste it again in there. And then you're going to want to hit save. So guys, with the R story section, you're going to click it, and then you're going to change the title to your brand name, then R story. Then for the actual description itself, you're just going to go back to your website, go to the R story section on your website and just copy and paste what you put in there. So you can see in the description part of the R story, I've just copied and pasted the R story from our website. And then where it says drag a photo here, you're just going to want to upload one of the photos from the homepage of one of the models. So I might upload the hoodie version of the website on the homepage. So you guys can see I've uploaded this photo, and you just want to make sure that the main part of the design is in there, and then you just want to hit publish, and then that will be put on there. So guys, once you've done all that, you want to go back to the URL of the Facebook, and you just want to basically grab the whole of the URL apart from the admin section. You want to go back to your website, you want to go to theme settings, social media, go to where it says Facebook and paste that in there. And then once you've done that, if you go to the menu part of your website, you'll see now when we go to the menu part, it's actually showing a little Facebook icon there at the bottom left. Now, in terms of managing your Facebook page, you just want to be posting new posts of your mockups and your designs every couple of days. So you want to be doing about 3 posts a week. That way you'll come across as a real brand and you'll grow your page as long as you're running paid advertising. So guys, now I'm going to be showing you how to do the Instagram page, as you can see on the screen. So you should make an Instagram account, and you just need to go to instagram.com and make an account, and you want to call the username your brand name. So Entrepreneur Lifestyle Merch. The reason why I used that name was because Entrepreneur Lifestyle was taken. Then what you want to do is you want to hit edit profile, change profile picture, choose from library. So in terms of the name itself, you just want to call it a keyword. So I might want to call mine Entrepreneur Clothing. So you can see I've called my name Entrepreneur Clothing. Then the website, you're obviously going to put your website. So mine will be entrepreneurlifestyle.com. So for the bio itself, I've put rare clothing for entrepreneurs, 100% unique designs, free shipping, shop the latest rare collection. So you might want to put something like cute rare pet clothes for pet owners, or you might want to put something like cute clothes for pet lovers, and then you can copy the rest as it's seen on this. So once you've done that, it should show Entrepreneur Clothing in the big bold writing, and then you should have your logo, your username, and then the bio, then your website link. Now you want to hit edit profile again, then you're going to want to go to where it says switch to professional account. Then you're going to want to hit business, and then you're going to want to hit continue, and then you're going to want to search for fashion again. Then it will show you all the pages that you want to connect your page to, and then you want to hit next. So there you go. Once you've done that properly, it should show that, and then you can go to my profile, and then it'll say fashion designer underneath Entrepreneur Clothing. Then you've connected your Instagram successfully to your Facebook, which is amazing. Now what you want to do, guys, is you want to be posting again 1 to 3 photos on your Instagram. It could be photos, videos of your clothing, of your designs, and you want to make sure that you're doing different photos and videos from what you're posting on your Facebook page. Do not do the same on Facebook and Instagram. It will not look professional. So guys, once you've done that, go to Instagram on your desktop or your laptop, and then search for your brand name, which is this one right here. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to collect the URL, and then you're going to want to go to your website, go back to theme settings, go to social media, and you're going to want to paste that where it says Instagram. And then once you've done that, you want to hit save. Now once you've done that, if you go to the menu page, you should see your Facebook and your Instagram in the bottom left. Now that's pretty much the whole of the website design done. We just need to set up our shipping rates, our payment providers, and things like that, and then we can move on to the next part, which is the app. So now we want to go to the Shopify dashboard, go to settings, go to legal in the bottom right, and we're going to want to copy and paste those templates from your website into each one of those boxes. And once you've done that, you can hit save. Once you've done that, you want to go to shipping and delivery, and then you want to go to where it says manage rates in the top right hand side, and then you'll see these 2 different domestic shipping routes. Just make sure you delete both of these because you just want to make fresh ones. Once you've deleted those, what you want to do is you want to hit create shipping zone, and you want to call this one e-packet. Now, the reason why we're calling the zone name e-packet is because we will be adding the e-packet countries into this list by ticking them. Now, the countries that you want to tick are on this blog, and this will be left in the free ebook. And there's 44 countries that you want to add to this list. Now, once you've added the e-packet, you can see it says e-packet, then the countries. Now, I've only added the United Kingdom and the United States just to save some time, because adding 44 countries can take a bit of time. So now once you've done those 44 countries, you want to hit add a rate, and you want to call this one free tracked shipping. After you've called it free track shipping, you're just going to leave it free and then you're going to hit done. Then it will say at the bottom, not covered by your shipping zones, and then it says 240 countries. You want to hit create shipping zone, click rest of the world, call the zone name rest of the world, and then you want to hit add a rate, and you want to call this one track, and you want to be charging $5 for everybody outside of ePacket, and you want to hit done. So that's how your shipping zones should look like. Once you've done that, make sure you hit save. So guys, the next thing you want to do is go to checkout, and you're going to want to make accounts optional. You're going to want to make this one at the top. You're going to want to make full name required for full name and last name, company name optional, address line optional, shipping address, phone number optional. You're going to want to make sure that these are all done at the number 1. This one is that one there, and then you're going to want to make sure that those are those there, and everything else should look like this there. Once you've done that, make sure you save. So the next thing you want to do is payments. Hit payments, and you're going to want to make sure that you set up your Shopify payments by clicking complete account setup. Now PayPal will not work till you've had your first sale. Once you've had your first sale, it will allow you to add your PayPal information. Now if Shopify payments and PayPal are not in your country, in the free ebook I give other recommendations to other payment providers that you can use. Now for those that can use Shopify payments, make sure you hit manage in the top right. Once you've done that, scroll down, and where it says set up multi-currencies, hit add currencies, and you're going to want to add euro, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and pound. Once you've added those, click add currencies, and you should see these currencies have been added. Now what this allows customers to do is at the checkout, it will allow them to pay in what currency they want to pay in, because if they can only pay in US dollars, it can sometimes put them off if they're living in England or Canada. So by adding those will help massively. So guys, the last thing that you need to do is go to online store, go to preferences, and you're going to want to make sure that your homepage title is your brand name, and then the homepage meta description is what you put at the bottom of the footer as the about us, and then that's that done, and you want to make sure that you hit save. So guys, the next module in the free course is going to be installing the apps that are going to help us retain customers, help us make more money from customers, and help keep customers loyal, and how to recover them if they abandon the cart. And we're going to do that with these two apps called Klaviyo and SMS Bump. Now the first app that I'm going to be setting up is Klaviyo. So what you want to do is you want to download Klaviyo from the App Store, and then you want to click it. So once you've installed Klaviyo and you've signed into Klaviyo, this is what your web screen should look like. And what you want to do is you want to enter your URL in here, which will be entrepreneurlifestyle.com. Then you want to hit e-commerce, then you want to hit Shopify, then you want to hit continue, and you want to make sure that your store Shopify domain name is there, which will be entrepreneurlifestyle.myshopify.com. You want to hit connect to Shopify. That way it will integrate your store with Klaviyo. Once you've successfully integrated Klaviyo with Shopify, this is what it should look like. Then you want to hit continue. Then you can skip this section. Then you want to make sure that your company details are correct, and then you want to hit continue. Then you want to make sure that you've added your logo here by clicking browse files, then hit continue. Then you want to make sure that your colors here for links and buttons are the same color as your website accents. Once you've done that, hit continue. Then you want to make sure that your header links are correct. So the shop now link is going to be your website link, and the Facebook is your Facebook page, and the Instagram is your Instagram page. Once you've done that, hit continue. So once you've done all of those few steps, this is what your screen should look like. Then you want to hit let's go. So guys, this is what your Klaviyo dashboard is going to look like. Now don't get too overwhelmed. The only thing you need to worry about is flows, email templates, and that is it. So first what we're going to do is go to flows, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to where it says welcome series. We're going to hit edit flow. Then you're going to go to where it says choose list. You're going to go to the newsletter, and then you're going to hit continue. Once you've done that, this is what your screen should now look like. And what you want to do is you want to go to where it says manual, and you want to change it to live. And you want to do that to all of them. So you see where it says manual, change it to live. And like I said, you want to do that to every single one of them. So guys, after you've turned them all on, you want to click the top one, and you want to go to where it says here at the bottom settings, and you want to go to where it says UTM tracking, and you want to make sure UTM tracking is on for every single one of them. So you can see here UTM tracking, again UTM tracking. You want to make sure that smart sending is off. I don't like smart sending. I feel like it just doesn't work that well. So make sure that smart sending is off and UTM tracking is turned on. Once you've done that, you want to go to the first one here where it says thanks for signing up, and you want to hit edit. So guys, once you click edit, this is what your screen will look like for the welcome series. And what you want to do is you want to go to the free ebook in the description, and we've got the Klaviyo setup, and you can see here welcome follow setup, and you want to go to where it says form from, and you want to copy this Jessica at Entrepreneur Lifestyle, and I'm going to paste it where where it says this here. So I'm just going to replace it with that. I'm going to make sure that there's a space in there, and then it says here subject line, thanks for signing up. I'm going to delete that, go back into the free ebook, and you can see the subject line is right there. I'm just going to copy and paste that over again. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit save changes, then I'm going to hit edit content. Once you hit edit content, what you want to do is you want to get rid of this text here where it says thanks for signing up. So where it says thanks for signing up, just make sure you delete that and you replace it with what's in the ebook, which you can see here, text box title. You want to replace it with this right here. So I'm going to copy that, go back in here, paste it again, and click save. Then the bottom text here, you're going to want to delete this again, and then you're going to want to head over back to the ebook, and you can see text box. You're just going to want to copy that there, and then you're going to want to paste it back into that welcome series. So you can see I've pasted that in there. I'm going to hit save, and this is what yours should look like, but obviously for your brand name and your logo and whatnot. Now, if you want to change this welcome image, I prefer having a welcome image, but if you want to look for something a bit different, then you can just Google welcome image on Google, then replace it with one of the ones that are commercially allowed to be used for reuse. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to go back to this series flow, and you want to click this where it says wait 3 days, and you want to change it from 3 days to 1 day. And then once you've done that, click save. Then you want to highlight this one again, and where it says follow us on social media, and you want to hit edit. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back to the free ebook and copy that over. So from the form sender, jessica@mybrandname.com. So you can see that's going to be there. I'm going to replace that with this, and then you can see that's what yours should look like. Then from the subject line, again, in the ebook, everything is in there. I've done all the hard work for you guys, which is absolutely amazing. And you just want to go back there and do that. And then what you're going to want to do, hit save changes, then edit content. Now you want to go back to the ebook cheat sheet, and you basically want to copy this over the text box title. You want to go back over here and just replace it with what was in there. And then where it says drag and drop an image here, what I'd recommend you do is print screen your Facebook page. So go onto Facebook, go to your page, print screen it, and upload the image here. Then in the text box description, you're going to want to delete this, go back to the ebook and copy what is in there. Once you've done that, hit save, and then see the join us button here. You want to make sure that that is going to your Facebook URL. So guys, once you've done the social media flow, make sure you delete the other two because you do not need them. I don't recommend using them. So just delete. And then once you've hit delete, just click save and exit. So guys, the next flow we want to do is the customer thank you one, which is this one right here. So you're going to go edit flow. So once you click edit flow, guys, make sure that you do the same again. Make sure that UTM tracking is on and smart sending is off. So UTM tracking is on and smart sending is off, and make sure that you do that to both of them, because if you don't, then it won't work properly. So once you've done that, guys, just make sure that manual is turned to live as well, because you want to make sure that these are being sent out by making sure that they're turned on to live. So once you've done all that, guys, make sure that you click the new customer thank you email number 1, your what makes us great, and then you click edit on that one there. Then again, go to the free ebook and copy and paste over the template. So if we go back to the free ebook, you can see here the templates that we've got. So you can see it says here, your order has been confirmed by our team. Shop again for 30% off your next order. Then you want to hit save changes and you want to hit edit content. And what you want to do is you want to click the title again and you want to get rid of the text in that box. Go back to the cheat sheet and go back to that part there, copy it, go back to the Klaviyo. And guys, I can't believe how easy I've made this for you. So guys, I've just copied that over there. You can see it says you have a special gift here is a 30% coupon code. So I'm just going to put code there. So guys, you can see it says thank you. You have a special gift here is a 30% coupon code. Then you want to go to the text box, delete everything in this box and replace it with the actual box bit here. You can see. So guys, you can see what we put from the free ebook. It says, as promised, your coupon code is thank you 30, which means we need to go to Shopify, go to coupon/discounts here and click create a discount code. And we're going to want to call it thank you 30 because it needs to match what's on Klaviyo. So we put thank you 30. Then you want to put a fixed percent here. So you're going to put percent, and then you want to put it as 30 because it's thank you 30. Entire order, minimum requirements, customer eligibility, everyone, the usage, limit 1 per customer. And then what you want to do is you want to hit save. Now make sure, guys, you're always adding the right coupon code. So when you're doing this Klaviyo flows and whatnot, make sure when you read the text that I'm giving you guys in the free ebook, if there's coupon codes I'm asking you to make sure you go ahead and make them in Shopify as I just showed you. Once you've done that, guys, what I recommend you do is delete this one right here. So click delete email because we're going to do that separately, that one in a different flow. Now once you've done that, you want to hit save and exit. And then the next one that we're going to do is the abandoned cart sequence. This one right here, abandoned cart. Click edit flow again. So guys, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to where it says wait 4 hours. I'm going to change hours into minutes. So we're going to go to minutes and we're going to change this to 15 minutes. So once you've done that, hit save. Then you're going to want to make sure that both of these have been done correctly. You want to change them to live. Make sure that both of them are live. And then you also want to make sure that UTM tracking is on and smart sending is off. So UTM tracking's on, and again with this one, UTM tracking's on. And then what we can do is we can edit the first email by going back, clicking on it, and then click edit. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to delete these boxes here. Yes, delete. Then you're also going to want to delete this one right here. Yes, delete. Then you're going to delete this button here. So you're going to want to hit delete this button, and then you're going to want to delete this text as well. And then the only thing we're keeping is this text box here. So just delete everything in that text box. Go to the ebook cheat sheet, copy all of that and paste it across. So you can see now we're just going to paste that across, and that's everything that you want in there. Then we can click save content and we can go back. So now we're back here again, and we're going to want to go to where it says wait 20 hours. I'm going to change this one to 4. Once we've done that, we're going to click on the next email campaign and we're going to click edit. And we're just going to enter the stuff from the ebook again. So you can see it says lucky moment, rare coupon code 20% off. So that obviously means we need to go back to Shopify again and create a new coupon code for 25% off. But before we do that, let's edit the content and click save changes. So again, what we're going to do again is we're going to delete all of this stuff here. We don't need any of this stuff, so just delete it. Make sure you delete all of it. The only thing you're going to keep is the one text box. So just delete that again and then click this, and then you're going to replace this text with what is in the ebook, which is here right there. So guys, you can see I've just replaced the text with what was in the ebook. Once we've done that, click save content. And then now guys, we need to add another email. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the 3 dots there and we're going to hit clone. And then this time, what are we going to do is we're going to change this because we're also going to be adding a pause. So we're going to hit a time delay, drag that in there, and we're going to change the time delay to 22 hours. So we're going to go 22 hours and click save. And then we're going to click on this one, and we're also going to click edit. So you guys can see it says coupon expires in less than 2 hours. You want to hit save changes, and then you want to hit edit content. And then what we're going to do it the same again, go to the free ebook, copy and paste all of that text across. So you can see here, hey, first name, and then you want to go over here, click it again, and then just delete all of this text in here, paste it. Now, because that flow's all done, the only thing we need to change is manual to live, and that's pretty much that whole flow done. We can hit save and exit. So guys, the last thing that we need to do in Klaviyo, because we've done our abandoned cart, customer thank you and welcome series flow, we just need to do an email template. So go over to email template, and then you want to hit create template, and then you want to go to where it says Shopify notifications. You want to click this one, and you want to call this POD and then order confirmation. Once you've done that, just make sure that your logo at the top here is your actual logo and it's the up-to-date version. Then what you want to do is you want to delete this right here. So you want to delete everything that's in there, and you want to paste what I've just given you in the ebook, and then that is your order confirmation one done. And what you want to do is you want to hit save and return to templates. Once you've done that, guys, you should have your name, POD, order confirmation. You want to hit the 3 dots and hit export, and you want to copy the HTML here by clicking Command C or Control C if you're on Windows. Once you've done that, you want to go to your Shopify settings. You want to go to the bottom left where it says settings. You want to go to notifications, and you want to go to the order confirmation one, which is this one right here. And what you want to do is you want to go to here where the HTML is. You can see this big HTML code right here is pretty long. You just want to delete everything that's in there. So we're just going to delete everything that is in this one right here. So you can see all of that should be deleted, and we're just going to paste that one in right there. Now, once we've replaced it, we just want to hit save in the top right. Once you've done that, it should say template saved here at the bottom, and basically that's your new Klaviyo template done. So when customers receive their order confirmation, it's going to look super professional, and it will give your customers the expectations because you put all the shipping times on there as well, which is super important. So guys, now we've got Klaviyo done and out the way, we want to do SMS bump, and what you want to do is you want to go on the free plan. You can see I'm on the free plan. You want to top up your balance by $20. Then you want to do the TCPA and GDPR compliance rules, and it will go through the step-by-step with you, which I'll be going through as well. But it's these templates that you're going to need in this next stage of the video so you can follow along. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to our settings, and then we need to basically go to our legal pages over here, and we need to go to the privacy policy, and we need to copy and paste the template that they've given us. So if we go over here and we copy and paste this template, then that's the first step of getting GDPR compliant. So let's paste that in there and click save. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go to checkout, and then we need to go to the shipping phone number. So where it says shipping address phone number, you need to make that optional, and then you need to save. The next thing you need to do is you need to go back to checkout. You need to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click manage checkout language. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to copy and paste this text here, and you want to go right back to this page here, and you want to look for the phone label. Once you found the phone label, and the best way to do this is just go into the filter box and typing in phone, you want to paste that right in. The next stage, guys, is going back to that filter box and typing in privacy, and you want to go back to the SMS bump sheet, and it has this on there. So you can see if I go back here, it says this here, and you want to paste that here where it says privacy policy and click save. Last step for compliance rules is going back to the SMS bump app dashboard, go into the settings tab and coming down to quiet hours, and you want to change the quiet hours to the ones that they recommend here at the bottom. So guys, you can see I've just changed those quiet hours to the ones they recommend, and once you've done that, you just want to save. Now, another tip before we get on to building the flows is the time zone settings. Now, if the majority of your customers come from the US, changes to the US. This is what I personally do and I find works the best. Whatever your main country is for selling, change that to the specific time zone and country, because in my opinion, that's what I find works the best. So what you want to do, guys, you want to go to where it says automations here on the left, and then what you want to do is you want to go to where it says abandon cart after 1 hour, and you want to hit the little pencil icon. Once you've done that, you want to scroll down and you want to go to where the text is saying it. So you can see here, that's the text. You want to delete the text. You want to go to the free ebook and you want to go and copy over everything. So you can see send after 1 hour. You want to put hello, the first name, all of that kind of stuff. So you want to do that right there. Once you've done all of that, you want to add the stop opt out, because that gives people the option to opt out of your text message marketing, which is compliance with the TCPA rules. Once you've done that, guys, you just want to hit save. And then you want to say good, make the changes. And once you've done that, you want to go to where it says inactive and you want to turn it active. And once you've done that, you want to do the abandon cart after 1 day and you want to hit the pencil icon. Once you've added that into the box here, you want to add a discount code here and you want to change it from fixed amount to percent. So fixed amount to percent, and you want to add the discount value to 10%, and then you want to hit add discount code. Once you've done that, guys, you can hit save. Then what you want to do is you want to go to where it says inactive and turn it active. So guys, what you want to do is you want to go to where it says create new automation, and you want to basically go to where it says SMS automation name, and you're going to want to put abandon cart 3 day, and then you're going to want to put the automation type to abandon cart reminder. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a enable on the delay, and the delay is going to be days, and the number of days that you're going to delay it by is it's going to be delayed by 3 days, guys. So make sure that you change this to 3 days. So I'm going to change this to 3. And then you're going to scroll down and change the text to what I've given you. So guys, you can see I've added the text from the ebook. Now, once you've done that, you want to hit the add to stop to opt out. And you also want to add a discount code being 15%. So you want to go to fixed amount percent, discount value 15. And then you want to hit add discount. And at the start here, you want to add your site name. Once you've done that, guys, you can click save. And then you can say good, make the change. So guys, now we've done our abandoned cart sequences, we're going to want to do product upsells. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go to where it says create new automation, and we're going to basically want to go to where it says automation name, and we're going to call this product upsell. Once you've called it product upsell, go to where it says automation type and go to where it says product upsell. Then you're going to want to select your product that you're running advertisements to. So the products that you're running Facebook ads to normally should be only one product. You're going to want to select that product, which is this one right here. Then where it says recommended products that you want to upsell them, I'd recommend upselling them a low ticket item like a coffee mug or something like socks. So I'm going to add that one there. Then you're going to want to scroll down, and where it says a delay, you do want a delay, and you want this delay to be 1 hour. So change this to 1 hour. Once you've done that, you're going to want to delete the text in this box and replace it with what is in the ebook. So you can see here, this is what's in the ebook, and you're going to want to make sure that this is correct. Once you've done that, paste it in there, and you're going to want to click where it says add to opt out. You're also going to want to add a discount code, which will be 40% off. So go to percent and click 40, and then click add discount, and then hit save. Once you've done that one, you're going to want to do the exact same thing again, create new automation. You're going to want to call this one product upsell after 3 days. So product upsell. So you can see I've called it product upsell after 3 days. You're going to want to change this one to product upsell. You're going to want to scroll down and do the exact same thing again. Select the products from the last one that we've just done. And this time we're going to do the delay as 3 days. So where it says delay, enable, and you're going to change this to 3. And then where it says that, days, and then you're going to want to scroll down and you're going to want to copy and paste what's from the ebook. Then you're going to want to go to where it says stop to opt out, and you're going to also want to add a discount, and this time it's going to be a 60% discount. So go to percent and add 60% in there, then hit add discount code, then hit save, and then say good, make the changes. So guys, now we're going to do the reactivate customers who haven't bought anything in a certain amount of days. So we're going to hit edit, and then we're going to scroll down and keep scrolling down, and we're going to want to change this text right here to the one that's in the ebook, and you want to hit add stop to opt out, add a discount code, and the discount code that you're going to give these guys are going to be 10%. So make sure you change it to 10 and then hit add discount code, then hit save. Now the last sequence we're going to do, guys, is going to be another customer win back. So click create new automation. Then you're going to change this one to win back. After the first one that went out after 25 days, 3 days later, they're going to get hit with another one. We're going to change this to customer win back. We're going to keep scrolling down, and where it says in the last order of days, so you're going to want to change this from 25 plus 3 days. So that will equal 6, 7, 8. So you're going to change this to 28 days. Then you're going to want to scroll down and change the text in here with what's in the free ebook. So guys, that's your SMS flows done. You should have 6 done altogether. Now let's move on to so guys, that's your SMS automation setup. You should have 6 in total. Now let's move on. So guys, the next app you're going to need is the Best Currency Converter Pro, and this app would change the currency based on the customer's location. So this is the app name, and then it offers a 30-day free trial, which is really good. It's this one here with the blue guy. You want to click it, and then you want to install the app, and then I'll show you how to set it up. So then what you want to do, guys, is you want to add the elite version, the 995 one, click choose as plan, and then click OK. So guys, what you want to do is you want to select the elite plan. So you want to scroll to the bottom, click the I read and understand the terms and conditions, choose the plan, and then I'm going to show you now what I do when I set it up, because there's a few things you need to change in the settings to make sure that this app works correctly. So guys, once you download the app, this is what the page will look like, and you want to go to where it says here, click to see how, and then it's going to take you to this page, which is the setup page, and then you want to scroll down to where it shows you this right here, which is the money format, which is this bit here, step 5 and step 6, and then you want to go to the settings, and then you want to go to general, and then you want to scroll down to the bottom where it says store currency, then you want to go to where it says change formatting, and then you're going to be changing these two right here. So guys, this is how they should look now after you've changed them. So what I've done is I've got step 5, copied that, put that at the start of each one of these top 2 ones, and then I've gone to step 6 and I've copied that bit at the end and I've put it on the end of these. Then you want to hit save. So guys, the next module in the free course is going to be creating the marketing material. So we're going to be making our video ads using InVideo and Placeit. We're going to be creating our thumbnails using Placeit. We're going to create our ad copies looking at other competitors for ideas, and I'm also going to be giving you some templates in the free ebook. We're also going to be creating our ad headlines looking at competitors, and I'll also be giving you some templates. So the first thing that we need to do, guys, we need to head over to InVideo. It's the video editing software that I highly recommend. It has the best templates. It has the best editing software experience for beginners. It is a monthly subscription, or you can pay for it yearly. There is a 25% discount code in the description if you want to use it. Now, once you've signed up to InVideo, you want to go over here to the search bar and you want to search for clothing. Once you search for clothing, it will give you loads of templates. You want to scroll down to the 1-to-1 square ratio, because that is the Facebook and Instagram ratio. Then you want to head over to where it says view all, and you basically want to pick a template that you like the look of. And in this case, I'm going to pick this template because it's my favorite, and I'd also recommend you pick the template just so you can follow along. Then what you want to do is you want to hit square 1-to-1, and then you want to hit use this template. So this is what your InVideo screen should look like. Now, don't get overwhelmed with all the features. I'll show you all of them whilst I'm editing it, so just follow along with me. Now you can see at the bottom the different scenes. We've got 4 different scenes at the bottom here. Now something that I definitely recommend that you do is, you can see there's 1 image per scene. So there's 1 image per scene, which means we've got 4 images in total. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to go over to Placeit and we need to find 4 image mockups that we like so we can use it for this video. So guys, you can see I'm on Placeit and I'm on the t-shirt mock-up section because the product that I'm going to be advertising is going to be a t-shirt and a t-shirt design. Now, just go on to whatever mock-ups that you need to use for your product. I do recommend advertising a t-shirt or a hoodie first or a jumper first. Now, in this case, like I said, I'm going to be doing a t-shirt. Now, I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes, maybe 10-20 minutes, looking at a few different mock-up designs, picking them, and then showing you the designs that I come up with for the mock-up for the advertising, and then explain why I've used them. So guys, after around about 25 minutes, I was able to come up with 4 different images that I want to use for the video, and this is the first one, and I feel like this image is just so powerful, so like just so flawless and basically so minimalistic. I just feel like it's so powerful as an opening scene, and it shows the back of the design of the t-shirt really nicely. Then the second image that I've gone for is this guy, and this is more of a lifestyle photo. I've shown the front side of the t-shirt, and this one shows him on the phone, and because I'm in the entrepreneur industry, this is a great one because it shows a guy on the phone, maybe closing a sales call. He's got his laptop in front of him, he's got his coffee in front of him. I just feel it fits the scene really nicely. Then the next photo I've got is this guy meditating on the floor, and the reason why I love this one is because a lot of entrepreneurs meditate, and I feel like this one can just correlate really well. And something else that you'll notice is I'm using loads of different ethnicities, loads of different age groups to make sure that I don't alienate any entrepreneurs. It shows a guy that looks like he's well worked out at the gym, because as we know, entrepreneurs like going to the gym. And again, it just shows a slick guy, and it shows a side angle showing the image of the back of the design, and I just feel like this is a really good high definition, high resolution lifestyle photo, and it just looks super professional. So now once you've got all your images, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the bottom left where it says uploads, and you're going to want to upload your images. Now you go to the bottom here where it says upload files, and you upload them there. Now I have uploaded loads of them just because I want to save myself a little bit of time whilst I'm recording this. Now what I want to do is I want to drag the design I want for the opening scene on top of the one they already give us, and then you're going to want to hit the button where it says replace. Once you've done that, we're going to want to change our project colors. So go to the right hand side where it says change project colors, and you're going to want to go to custom. You're going to want to change the project colors to match your brand and your POD design. So for that reason, I'm going to be changing this dark green color to a gray color. Then I'm going to change this light blue color to like more of a darker blue. I feel like that dark blue fits really nicely. And then this green color here, I'm going to change that to white. So you can see that is that done, and that fits my POD design nicely, and that also fits my actual store design really nicely too. So I just feel like those colors are very powerful and it grabs a lot of attention. So now what I'm going to do is I want to edit some of this text. So how you edit the text is you just click on it, and then you can see here on the right it says text. You're going to want to delete this and add whatever text you're going to want to add. So I'm going to want to add entrepreneur merch in this right here. So the next thing you're going to want to do, guys, you're going to want to change the color of the text to black. So you're going to want to go to where it says colors, you're going to want to go to where it says text color, and you're going to want to change this to black, and you can see now it says that entrepreneur merch in black. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to want to add another one of these boxes by clicking command copy or control copy, then hitting control V or command V, and you can see it pasted another one onto the screen. So now in this box, I'm going to want to add some more text, and in this box, I'm going to add the text saying make a statement, because obviously this t-shirt is a statement worthy t-shirt. So you can see there I've just added the text saying make a statement, and I'm just going to want to readjust these text boxes so they fit nicely onto the canvas, and they've got a little bit of a nice little edge to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this text a little bit smaller, just because I want to make the box a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go to where it says styles, I'm going to change the text size, I'm going to change this to 45 instead of 55, and then I'm going to make this ever so slightly smaller, because as I said, I want this to fit a little bit nicer, and I feel like that fits a lot better now. And you can see it's very powerful. Entrepreneur merch, make a statement. And then if we play that first scene, and actually no, before we actually play the first scene, I need to make the first scene a lot smaller. So you can see the first scene is currently 12 seconds. You want each scene to be realistically around about 5 seconds, and how you do that is by clicking it, then you've got these two little lines, you push it in, and you can see the time decrease, and I want this at around about 5 seconds. So I feel like that is perfect. Have it right on the 5 mark, which is nicely done. Now what we can do, guys, is we can move on to the next scene by dragging it across over to the next scene and clicking it. Now if we click the next one, you can see here it's got another image of another random guy. Now what I'm going to want to do, guys, is I'm going to want to replace the image again by dragging one of my images onto it and clicking replace. Once I've done that, I'm going to want to make the image bigger because I feel like it's a bit too small. So I'm going to resize it place it in the middle, drag this box over here and drag that box over there, and then I'm going to change the text again. So you can see I've put limited stock. I'm going to go to colors and make sure I change my text color back to black so I can actually see it. And I'm going to make this one just ever so slightly bigger because I feel like it was a little bit too small before, and I'm going to plant that one right there. Then in this box, I'm going to change the text. I'm going to change the text to say 250 pieces. And that's that one done. I'm going to change the color, the text to black, and I'm going to make that one a little bit bigger because I feel like that's just way too small. So you can see it says 250 pieces there, and I like the way that one's looking. I just want to put that a little bit further in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that as long as it's all straight and symmetric, which it is. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way that slide looks like. I just want to make this one again 5 seconds because it's way too long. So I'm going to make this from 6 to 5. Try and get it bang on 5 seconds if you can. Now we can move on to the next slide. So we're going to click the next slide, and you can see here another image, and we're going to want to replace that image with the image we want. So I'm going to replace the image probably with this design here. I'm going to hit replace. I'm also going to make this image a lot bigger because it was way too small before. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to place this bang in the middle. I'm going to move this text here on the left because it's covering the design. I don't want to cover the design because obviously that's the bit that I want to showcase. I'm going to move that there. I'm going to also move this here. And I'm pretty happy with the alignment of that. I'm just going to change the text again. I'm also going to change the color so it's black so you can actually see the text. So there you go. You can see the text. I don't like the way that's laid out. So we're going to go to styles. I'm going to make that the right hand side instead. And then we're going to lock that in. So that's completely fine. We're going to want to change this one as well. So we're going to want to change this text box as well because I don't like the text in it. So I'm going to change that one right now. So I've changed it to say showcase the lifestyle. Now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because it's way too small. I'm going to move that down so there's a little bit of a gap. And yeah, I'm really happy with that one as well. So that's that slide done. We're going to change this to 5 seconds instead of 6 seconds. Then the last slide here again is another one with another image. So we're going to obviously get rid of that. And we're going to change the image with this guy here. We're going to hit replace. We're going to make this one really big as well. I'm going to make this image a little bit smaller than I thought. I'm going to move this logo bit here because I don't need it. I'm actually going to delete that because I don't need that. I'm going to move that here. I'm also going to move this a little bit lower. Move that a little bit lower, make this a little bit bigger because I want to try and get this in the scene. I'm happy with the way that looks now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the text in here. So I've got the text saying shop now while stocks last. And then I'm going to add my logo to the top here just because I feel like that would look a lot better. So now I've dragged my logo to the top. I'm going to add it here in the middle, in the top of the middle. So I'm going to add my logo around about here. Maybe I'll move that down a little bit and then add that into the middle. Make this a little bit smaller, and then I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Just need to make this 5 seconds instead of 10 seconds, sorry, instead of 6 seconds. So that's that done there. Now what I'm going to want to do is change the music. So you want to go over to where it says music. Now the music that's currently on here is not very good. So you can change the category on here from angry to bright to funky to entertainment. I might want to change my music to inspirational because obviously with entrepreneurship, it's all about motivating people, getting people psyched up and whatnot. So I feel like inspirational music will be the best for this. Now what I might want to do is I might want to listen to a few of these tracks and see which one I feel like is the best. So I'm going to do that for a minute. But if you don't like the soundtracks that InVideo give you, you can use YouTube Studio. So guys, as I was saying before, you can use YouTube Studio library music if you don't like the music on InVideo, and all of this stuff is copyright free, and you've got loads of different genres, lots of different music types as well, which is amazing, and this is completely free. Then the last place that I go to music, and this is honestly the place that I go for all my music at the moment, and it's called Epidemic Sound. They got a 30-day free trial, but their music is so good and so amazing. I honestly love their music collection, and again, it's copyright free as long as you pay for their service. And this is the only paid option for when it comes to music for your video. So guys, after around about 10 minutes, I was able to find a music track that I really like, and this one was from Epidemic Sounds, and this was an angry entrepreneur soundtrack, and I just feel like it fits the video really nicely. And once I've completely finished the video, I will play it after so you can listen to it as well. But that's the track that I've used. Once you've got the track you want to use, you just hit the select button and it will play the music over the track. So guys, something else that I wanted to say is if you want to add more scenes to your timeline, you can just hit the add scene button. The easier way to do it is hitting the 3 dots and hit duplicate. That way you'll have already the template that you need. And if you feel like 4 images of your merchandise isn't enough, you could add, let's say, another 2 or 4 4 sliders and then add another 4 images of your product. That's completely down to you. I would recommend making sure that the actual length of the video is no longer than 60 seconds. I believe the length of the video on this is around about 20 seconds. So if we wanted to, guys, we could add another 4 images to this video, but for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to save a little bit of time, but I would recommend that you guys add another 4 images to yours because I feel like it would look a lot better. Some of the things that you can do, guys, to spice up your videos and get them looking really cool if you want is to go over to where it says effects, and if I wanted to, I could add like a confetti effect to my video, or I could add like a boom video, like something like a retro smoke. So I might want to add this smoke, and how you add the smoke is you literally just click it and it will add it automatically. You can see there it's appeared, and if we click play scene, you'll see the smoke appear at the bottom. So you can see the smoke appearing at the bottom. So I actually quite like that a lot, so I'm actually going to keep that. I think that looks super cool and it adds a dramatic effect. So there are a few things that you can do to make your videos look really, really cool. And like I said, apart from that, you just want to add a few more scenes to the video in the bottom right. But that, I'm pretty happy with the way that video looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it by clicking preview and export, and then I'm going to show you the actual real live version of it with the music. So those 3 additional video ads that had the crazy text animations were designed by this company, Professional Video Ads, and this is a great solution for those that are watching this free course thinking, look, I'm not very tech savvy, I'll find that part of the course very hard to do. If you're somebody that will struggle with the video editing and whatnot, I do recommend going to Professional Video Ads and going for their standard package, and that's the package that I went for to have those 3 videos made. Now, if you use the coupon code and my link in the description and in the free cheat sheet, you'll receive a discount code. Now, once you've got one video made, you do need to make a second video, guys. So although you've got one video made, I would recommend making a second video, and it needs to be a second video of the same design, the same POD design. Now, what you might want to do to make a second video is you might want to use a different template. So you can see here, this is a different template, and this template's really, really cool. So you might want to use that template, or you might just want to use a totally different template, like something like this one here. This one's super cool as well. So guys, just bear in mind, you do need 2 videos in total that are different. So guys, the next stage of creating your marketing materials is getting 7 thumbnails ready in place. Now, you're not actually going to go and make them. You're just going to go on to Placeit and get 7 mockups made of the same design. So you can see here, I'm in my download folder, and you can see I've got loads of other designs made. Now, you want to use 7 different mockup photos that are different to the ones that are seen in the video. So remember the video you just made in video, all the photos in that video you cannot use as a thumbnail. Use a a different photo for a thumbnail. So for example, this photo here was not put in the video, so I can use that as a thumbnail. So this photo here wasn't put in the video, so I can use that as a thumbnail. This photo here wasn't put in the video, so I can use that as a thumbnail. So that's just me explaining a little bit about the thumbnails, and you can see this one here as well, I can use as a thumbnail. So you want 7 photos that are different to the ones that you've put in your video, and they're going to be for thumbnails for your Facebook ads. So go ahead and go and find some more mock-ups on Placeit that you can use for thumbnails. Lifestyle photo ones will work great, and also professional ones and comedian ones also do great. So guys, once you've got your 7 thumbnails, you now need to make 7 ad headlines, and these are short 3 to 7 words that you'll be putting in your Facebook ads that are there to get people's attention quick. And in the free ebook, you'll see these examples here. So I've got as one headline, 250 t-shirts left, rare collection, winter collection, merch for bold entrepreneurs, thingy your salary, the entrepreneur lifestyle, be proud of entrepreneurship, I love my life, flexing on my old boss, entrepreneurship freedom. So you could put, if you're doing in the pet niche, cutest pet t-shirt ever, something like that. So you guys need to make 7 ad headline examples, and you'll find these examples in the free ebook. And again, these were not hard to make, very easy and very simple. Try not to go over 7 words. Realistically, it should be between 2 and 5 words. Once you've got your 7 ad headlines, you need to make 1 ad copy, and this example and this template will also be in the free ebook. And my ad copy says, those entrepreneurs that want to make a bold statement with their wardrobe, check out the latest design, which is obviously the name of the design I'll be advertising. This design is for those entrepreneurs that are getting paid daily or are inspired to get paid daily instead of getting paid by a salary once a month. The purpose of the design is to show you don't need a salary, and you can choose when you want to get paid, and you're not depending on a salary. This t-shirt design is everything you've dreamed of and more. It feels skin soft and ultra lightweight with a balanced amount of stretch. Unique in-house design, only made for entrepreneur lifestyle clothing, and click entrepreneurlifestyle.com to order yours today. 250 t-shirts left, rare collection. So that's my ad copy, guys. As you can see, a lot of the ad copy was actually taken away from my product description. There's only a few different sentences that I've added myself, but guys, that's how quick and short you want to make your ad copies. Nothing too crazy and nothing too long. So we are now onto the marketing module of this free print on demand course. Now we're going to be using 4 different platforms to advertise our print on demand business. The first platform that we'll be using is Facebook advertising, which will cost you around about $750 to $1,000 to get going. Now YouTube ads is the next one that we'll be using, and that's going to cost you between $500 and $1,000. Now do bear in mind, all the ones that I'm talking about today on the slideshow, you can start them on a lower budget, but these are the budgets that I personally recommend starting with. Now you can also do Instagram influencers, and you need around about $250 to $500. And then the last marketing platform that we'll be using is TikTok influencers, that will range from $150 to $350. So for those that are thinking, which one should I go for, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram influencers, or TikTok influencers, I'd recommend just watching this in full with a lot of detail and a lot of attention, because then you can decide which one you feel is best for you and which one's best for your budget. Now, for those that are thinking, with the massive price differences between Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and then TikTok influencers and Instagram influencers, is there a massive difference in results? Now, personally, when you're doing Facebook ads and YouTube ads, you're going to see results earlier on, and also it's less time consuming. You only need to be doing those for about 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours a day. With TikTok and Instagram, you're going to be spending at least 4 to 8 hours a day using those platforms. So do bear in mind, that's where the cost comes into it, in terms of time consuming and how fast you can get results earlier on. Not just that, but with Facebook ads and YouTube ads, you can scale a lot faster and a lot more aggressively. That doesn't mean Instagram influencers or TikTok influencers isn't a great idea, because they're both 2 great platforms to basically build cash flow to then reinvest into either YouTube ads or Facebook ads. So guys, we're going to be doing the Facebook ads first. Now, I'm in the business manager. Now, all you need to do to get a business manager is to Google Facebook business manager. And as long as you've got a Facebook profile, you can create a business manager. Once you've done that, you should come to a page that looks like this. And what you want to go to where it says people, and you want to add yourself as a person. You'll automatically be added as a person if you've created the Facebook in your profile. Then you also want to add a second person by hitting add, and you want to enter their name, or if you've got them as a friend, you'll also be able to add them. And you want to add somebody like your wife, your kids, or somebody in your family. The reason why you want to do this is because if your ad account gets banned, at least somebody else can access it, or if you get blocked from Facebook, somebody else can access it. So make sure that you add at least, let's say, your wife, your husband. I'd recommend adding 2 extra people. The next thing that you're going to want to do is go to where it says ad accounts, and in this one right here, you're going to want to add at least 2 ad accounts. Now, to add another ad account, you'll just hit add account, and then you can just enter an ad account name and click add account. I'd recommend adding 2 more ad accounts, so in total you should have 3. Now, Facebook might not allow you to add another ad account because they might say, look, you need to verify your business manager, which I'll show you how to do a little bit later on. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to go to where it says pages, and you want to make sure that your page is connected. If you haven't already got your page connected, click the add button, add page, and then enter the name or your URL to your page, and then click add, and then it will add your page. You also want to add your Instagram account to here as well, and how you add your Instagram account is clicking add, connect your Instagram account, and then that's that done. Your Instagram account should show up here as well. Once you've done those things, what you want to do is you want to go down to where it says business info in the bottom left, and you want to make sure that all this business information on here is updated and it is correct. Now, I'd recommend you have an LLC or an LTD, because if you want to get verified, you do need to become a legal company. And once you've got those informations, you can fill this all out completely correctly. Once you've done that, you want to go to where it says business verification status, and you want to hit view details. Once you hit view details, you want to follow the start business verification, and you want to fill this out correctly. And again, you cannot verify your business manager unless you've got an LLC or an LTD or some form of business corporation. Once you've done that, you can go all the way back to your ad accounts, and you should be able to add more if you wasn't able to before. Now, something else that I recommend you do is you go to payments in the bottom left as well, and I recommend that you add 2 different payment methods. Now, the reason why you want to add 2 different payment methods is because if the first payment method gets blocked or banned, then at least Facebook can take it from the second payment method. And basically, the whole reason why you want to do this is because if a payment method and you've only got one gets blocked, your ads will stop, which means it will ruin the performance of your ads. So that's why it's so important to add 2. That way, you're less likely to get into any issues. Now, something else that I recommend you do, and I've left this in the ebook, the free ebook, is I recommend you do the ad policy, content creative, and targeting free course. This is a completely free course, and it's made by Facebook themselves. And if you do this free course, it helps you get whitelisted as an ad account. And if you ever have any ad account bans, this is the best way of getting your ad account back, because let's say you get an ad account ban, you can basically negotiate with Facebook and say, look, my ad account got banned, but you can see I've got the Facebook ad course certificate, because once you pass this, you will get a certificate. If your ad account gets banned, you'll appeal it and say, look, I'm sorry for breaking your policies, upload your certificate. 9 times out of 10, they will unblock your ad accounts. This is another great way to get whitelisted and stop any problems with your business manager / ad accounts. So guys, once you hit ads manager, this is what your screen should look like, and you want to go straight to where it says columns and performance, and you want to hit customize columns, and you want to set up your columns as I show you right now. You want frequency, and I'll explain what all of these mean in a minute. You want clicks all, CPC, CTR. You want to keep scrolling down. You want CPM. You want to scroll down. You want video view 75 and 95. So you want 75 and 95. You want to carry on scrolling down, and you're going to want to keep going down to CPC. You're going to want to carry on going down to where it says add to carts total, initiate checkout total, and you're also going to want to get purchase ROAS and purchase. So you can see here purchase ROAS. You also want to scroll down, and you want to get date. You're also going to want date created and date last edited. Once you've done that, you want to get date created right to the top. So drag that to the top. Also drag date last edited to the top, and you're also going to want to call this as a saver preset, and you're going to want to call this POD, and then click apply. So what I'm going to do now is explain what each one of these columns mean. So later down in the video, when I explain what kind of numbers you need to be hitting, you'll understand which ones mean which. So frequency means how often people keep seeing your ad. Now you want your frequency between 1 and 3 during testing. If you're doing retargeting, then it can go above 3, but during testing and non-retargeting, it should never go above 3. Clicks, you don't need to worry about it. It just means how many people clicked on your ad. CPC stands for cost per click, how much it costs to get a click. CTR stands for click-through rate, how much % are going to your website through the ad. The next one, CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. The next one is video, 95%. How many people watch your video for 95%? How many people, 100% is how many people watch the full video. Then you got add to cart, how many people click the add to cart button on your website. Then you got checkout initiated, which basically means how many people actually initiate the checkout but didn't buy. Then you've got purchase ROAS, which stands for return on ad spend, and that basically means, are you profitable or are you not profitable? And I'm going to be showing you how to do that right now. So guys, this is the dropship toolkit, and this is going to help you work out if you're profitable or not, and this is going to help you work out your ROAS, which stands for return on ad spend. So where it says cost of goods, you want to enter how much it's going to cost you to get your stuff from Printful and the shipping cost. For now, I'm just going to enter 15. Then the selling price is how much you're selling it for on your website. I'm going to put $34.99, and you can see my break even ROAS is 1.7. So if I go over to the ads manager, and if a number on here says 1.8, it means I'm profitable. So anything above 1.7 means I'm making money. Anything under that, I'm losing money. Now this will make a little bit more sense a little bit later down in the module. So guys, before we actually get on to creating the campaigns, let's talk a little bit about the requirements you're going to need for this POD Facebook strategy. So you're going to need a $750 budget. You're going to be spending around about $70 US a day. Your product price should be between $29.99 and $79.99. You're going to be using 7 photos, 2 videos, 7 headlines, and 1 ad copy. So if you haven't got those requirements, you cannot follow this strategy. So we're going to be doing the testing phase 1 first, and the phase 1 objective is testing different interests/audiences to work out which ones are working the best. We're also going to want to try and find out which creative is the best for scaling. Now, because we've got 7 different photos, 2 videos, 7 headlines, 1 ad copy, we want to work out which one is the best for going forward. Now, this will help us determine if the product design, the POD design, is worth pursuing or not. So now you want to head over back to your ads manager, and you want to hit the create button in green, and then what you're going to want to do is hit conversions, and then you're going to want to change the campaign name to CBO, and CBO stands for campaign budget optimization. Then you're going to hit another dash, and then you're going to hit POD, and then another dash, and then the name of your design. So I'm going to call it. It's very important that you name your campaigns and your ad sets and stuff, because if you don't, then you will get confused later on down the line. Then you're going to want to put testing at the end. So that should be the name of your campaign. You're going to want to turn campaign budget optimization on, and like I said, you're going to be doing 70 a day. So let's change this to 70, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit continue. So guys, now you're in the ad set level, and the ad set level is basically where you target people, like your audiences, like countries, gender, languages, placements like Facebook feeds, Instagram feeds. Now what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and you don't want to name it anything yet because you don't know what you're going to call it, and you want to go to where it says choose event, and you're going to want to select purchase. Now don't worry if purchase is in red, because it honestly doesn't make any difference. So if Facebook says you're not going to receive any conversions because you've not had a purchase yet, just completely ignore it. It really doesn't make any difference. Then you're going to want to scroll down to where it says locations, and you're going to want to delete the locations in the box, and you're going to want to hit add locations in bulk. Then you're going to select countries, and then you're going to paste the e-packet countries into this box right here. So you're going to find the e-packet countries from the ebook again, so make sure you go and download the ebook so you can get all this information. Once you copy those countries, just go and paste it in here and click match locations. Then the next thing that you're going to want to do is get rid of some of these. So at the moment in time, I would recommend getting rid of Canada. I'd also recommend getting rid of this one here. I'd also recommend getting rid of French Polynesia, Saint Juan, French Guiana, French Southern Territories. I'd also recommend getting rid of Mexico because they have high chargebacks. I'd also recommend getting rid of Netherlands, Antilles, and then recommend keep going down to US Virgin Islands. I'd get rid of US State Minor Outlying Islands, Indonesia I'd get rid of, Kazakhstan I'd get rid of, and Thailand I'd get rid of. Once you've got rid of that, and Vietnam, then you want to hit save this location again to be used, add 34 countries. Then you're going to want to call this list e-packet POD. Then you want to hit save list, and then all those countries have now been added in, and you're going to want to change the age range. You want to keep it from 18 to 65. I wouldn't recommend changing it any more or any less. Genders you want as both. Language is something else you want to change. You want to change this to English all. So guys, where it says detailed targeting, you want to search for an interest in your niche. Now I'm in the entrepreneur niche, so I've gone for Entrepreneur Magazine because I want to try and hit as many entrepreneur or any fellow entrepreneurs or any inspiring entrepreneurs as I can, and I feel like that interest would be the best. Now if you're in the pets niche, you might want to do things like pets, I love my dog, or something like that. Now the best way to find interest is to use a tool called Nerdy Solutions, or you can use Facebook suggestions. So you can see here, I've got an interest in there. I might want to hit suggestions, and you can see Fortune, Success, Money Magazine, Inc. Magazine, Forbes is coming up. So that gives me other ideas as well. Now you only want one interest per ad set. Now other ways to find interest is by doing pages, events, or influencers. So I might want to put something like Mark Zuckerberg in here. I might want to put something like Grant Cardone in here. I want to be using people that are public figures. So that's just another example, but you want one interest per ad set, and you want the potential reach to be between 10 million and 250 million. Now, because the potential reach is 9.2 million, I think I'll get away with it. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Now I'm going to scroll down and keep this on automatic placements. Now you're going to want the potential reach between 10 and 250 million. Now a way that could get rid of a lot of the potential reach on here already, and you can look at your potential reach here where I've highlighted. Now something else you're going to want to do is you want to get rid of some of these placements like Messenger and Audience Network. So you just want Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds. So we're going to get rid of everything else. You can see here we're going to get rid of everything else. And you can see the potential reach is 9.1, so I'm going to leave it as it is because I still think it's a great potential reach. Then what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go to where it says minimum ad spend. So you're going to want to go to where it says minimum ad spend, add a spending limit, and you're going to want to make the minimum ad set spend $5. And you're not going to want to set a maximum, you just need a minimum. Then you're going to want to scroll all the way back to where it says schedule. You want to schedule a start and end date. Now the start date should be next day midnight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 9, and then I'm going to do midnight. So I'm going to make this 00, and then the end date. Then the end date is going to be really far away. So set the end date as like, for example, November the 1st. Now the reason why you want to do that is because you can't only set a start date unless you set an end date. When you actually publish the campaign, you can change it, but just for this purpose, you're going to set an end date for ages away, because at the end of the day, you want all your ad sets to be launched at the same time, and that's midnight. So this is the best effective way to do it. Then what you're going to want to do is scroll all the way back to the top and call your ad set name the interest that you've used. So I've used Entrepreneur Magazine. So I've called the ad set name Entrepreneur Magazine Broad FB Insta Feeds. So basically I'm saying I've kept it broad, I've not narrowed anything down yet. It's Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds. So that's what you want to call it. Once you've done that, guys, you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click continue. So the ad name for the first ad is going to be called Picture One, and just follow along, guys. It will make sense once you follow along. You want to select an Instagram page. So you should have your Instagram and your Facebook page selected just like that. Then you're going to want to go to where it says single image or video, and you're going to want to hit add media. And then you're going to want to hit add image. So once you've uploaded your image, then what you're going to want to do is hit edit image, click crop image, and then you're going to hit the 1.1 ratio recommended, and then you can adjust this. So I'm going to adjust it so it fits around about here, and then I'm going to click save. And then you can see it's updated my image here. Then it says primary text. Primary text is where your ad copy goes. So you can see I've copied and pasted my ad copy over there, and it looks really, really good. And then headline is where one of your headlines goes. So you can see I put entrepreneur freedom as the headline, and then in the description you're going to put free track shipping. That's what I always recommend you put. And then where it says website URL, obviously your website URL is going to go in there. So you can see I put my website in there, entrepreneurlifestyle.com. Once you've done that, you're just going to change the call to action button to say shop now. And once you've done that, that's pretty much your first ad done. And you can see here on the right hand side, this is what it's going to look like when somebody sees it on their news feed. You can change it to desktop news feed, and you can see what it's going to look like on the desktop. And I think this looks really, really nice. So guys, once you've published your campaign and your ad set, this is what it should look like. Go over to the ad set level in the middle, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to go where it says duplicate, and you're going to want to duplicate this 4 more times. So guys, this is what your screen should look like after you've duplicated it 4 times. Now, don't be scared. Don't be worried what's going on. The ones in blue are your ad sets. Now, the only thing you're changing per ad set is the interest, and the ones in green are the ads. Now, just keep following along with the video and you'll be completely fine. So you can see I've scrolled down in the ad set level. You can see I've clicked this ad set here, and I've scrolled down, and now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the detailed targeting. So I'm going to click edit, I'm going to hit suggestions, I'm going to use Fortune Magazine, and then I'm going to delete Entrepreneur. And you can see that the interest size is way too small, so I'm going to try Forbes instead, and then get rid of Fortune Magazine. And you can see Forbes is big enough, so I'm going to scroll. So you guys can see I've changed the ad set name here on the left. You can see I've called it Forbes Broad, so just make sure you're updating your ad set names. Now if you scroll down to where it says budget and scale, you now can see your start and end date. Now it's now actually giving me the option to get rid of my end date, and that's what we want to do. So make sure you get rid of each end date in each ad set. Now once you've done that, guys, you can move on to the ad, which is this bit here, and the only thing that I'm changing the ad is I'm going to call this now picture 2. So I'm going to call this picture 2. So the only thing that I'm changing, guys, is the picture and the ad headline. So I'm going to get rid of this ad headline here, which is entrepreneur freedom, and change it with another one. Then the only other thing that I'm going to change, guys, is the image. And the way I change it is by clicking edit image and click change image. And then I'm going to upload the second image. So you guys can see I've added my second image. Now I'm going to want to hit edit image and click crop image, because obviously it's a little bit too tall. So I'm going to drag it up a little bit like that and click save. Now that's looking a lot better. Now that's that ad out the way, so we can move on to the next ad set. And again, the only thing that I'm changing, guys, is the interest per ad set. So I might change it to Business Insider and get rid of entrepreneur. And you can see Business Insider's got 42. So you guys can see I've changed it now to BI, standing for Business Insider. And you can see I've gone down to the start and end date. I'm going to get rid of the end date because I don't need it. Now I'm going to move on to the next ad underneath that. And I'm going to change this ad name. So guys, we're going to call the ad name carousel, and then we're going to scroll down and change the format to carousel. Carousel basically means you can show multiple images at the same time, because at the end of the day, we're going to be testing loads of different formats to see which one works the best for our brand. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to select an image, and we're going to click upload. I'm going to click crop image again because I feel like it's a little bit too tall, and I'm going to click confirm. I like the way that one looks now. And then the headline is going to be different. So I'm going to go back to my ebook cheat sheet, and I'm going to get a different ad headline, and you can see I've changed the ad headline now. And now to change the actual carousel, I'm going to click this one right here, and I'm going to select the next image. Now I've uploaded my second image. I'm going to add a headline. The next headline is merch for bold entrepreneur. So guys, in the carousel, the only thing we're changing per carousel is the image and the headline. So I'm going to now move on to my next carousel section, select image, upload. So you can see I've uploaded the third image right there. And now I'm going to change the headline to this one, 250 t-shirts left. And as you can see here, this is what the carousel is starting to look like. So guys, I just thought I'd give you a preview of what the carousel will actually look like. So the ad copy itself will remain the same. The only difference is the images. So you can see here at the bottom, the ad headline is different. And when people scroll, the images are different. And you can just basically see that right there. And it looks really, really nice and really, really professional. So once we've done that, we can move on to the next ad set and change the interest. So I'm going to go over to where it's a detailed targeting, and I'm going to get rid of Entrepreneurs the Magazine. And I'm going to change this one to Success Magazine and get rid of Entrepreneur Magazine. And that's a little bit too small. So we're going to change it to Money Magazine and get rid of Success Magazine. And that's still too small. So we're going to go to Inc Magazine and get rid of Money Magazine and Inc Magazine. So Inc Magazine is a nice size. It's not quite 10 million, but I feel like it's nice enough for the niche that we're in. So we're going to change the interest name to Inc Magazine. So you guys can see I've changed the name to Inc Magazine, and I've also got rid of the end date as well. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is picture ad. I'm going to call this video 1. So we're going to change this to video 1. So guys, we're going to call this ad name video 1, and then we're going to scroll down, and then it should say something like clear image or clear ad, and then click add media and then add video. So guys, you can see I've uploaded my video. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the headline, and I've changed it to getting paid daily. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to hit edit video, and then you're going to want to go to where it says thumbnail on the left and then custom thumbnail. And then you're going to want to hit upload, and you're basically going to want to upload another image as a thumbnail, or you can go to custom and you can pick a part of the video that you like the most as the thumbnail. It's completely down to you. So if I wanted to, I could pick that part of the thumbnail and click save. So you guys can see that's what it's going to look like when people scroll over my ad, and I think it looks really, really powerful. So guys, once you've done that, you can move on to the next ad set. Going back down to suggestions again, and I'm going to go to something like Bloomberg Business Week. Sounds good to me. Let's see what else there is. So if I get rid of entrepreneur and click suggestions on Bloomberg instead, let's see what comes up. So you've got The Economist. I think that's a good one. The Economist is probably one of the better ones to use. So I'm going to use The Economist, and you can see the potential reach is 26 million. So you guys can see I've changed the ad set name to The Economist, and I'm also going to get rid of the end date, and then I'm going to finish off the last ad. I'm going to change this one to video ad number 2 because we're doing 2 different videos. So video number 2, so I'm going to change it to 2, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to go to where it says clear images, and then go up to add media, add video. And what you're going to want to do is add your second video, because remember guys, I told you to do 2 different videos. Then what you're going to want to do after you've uploaded your second video, so scroll back up to the top, click edit video and change the thumbnail again, or pick another custom thumbnail. Then once you've done that, you can hit publish in the bottom right. So guys, once you publish your campaign, you still need to hit review and publish in the top right, even if it's in blue, because sometimes Facebook doesn't fully publish it. So when you do that, you want to hit publish again. And then once that's done, then you're definitely on scheduled to basically do your ads. So guys, let's just make sure that everything's been done correctly. You should have one campaign. You should have 5 ad sets with 5 different interests, as you can see. Then you should have 5 different ads. One ad should be picture 1, second ad should be picture 2, and then you should have video 1, video 2, and carousel. If you've got that right there, then you're in the right place and you can carry on with the Facebook strategy. If you haven't got it correct, it might be worth rewinding and watching it again just to make sure that you've not got something wrong. So guys, once your campaign is running and it's active, then you want to give it 72 hours to optimize, and we're going to have 3 killing rules during this process. Number 1, the 24-hour rule, cost per click lower than $1.5. If it's anything higher than that, then you want to kill the ad set. Now what I've done is I've pulled up a different ad account just to show you this in real life. So this ad account was different to the one that I just showed you a minute ago when we were creating the campaigns. This one is for a totally different product, and the reason why I'm showing you this ad account is to show you some actual numbers so you can understand the process. So if we scroll over to CPC, you can see here cost per click. All of these need to be under $1.50. If it's above $1.50, then I would have had to turn it off. And as you can see, none of these CPCs are above $1.50. And again, this is per ad set. So for example, let's say this one was 1.5, I'll turn that ad set off. So the next rule is the 48-hour rule. And if you don't have at least one add to cart after 48 hours, you want to turn the ad set off. So if we go over to add to carts, you can see here, these ones here that do not have an add to cart, which is this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, I'd have turned it off, and the one at the top and the one here. So no add to carts after 48 hours, you want to turn it. Then the 72-hour rule is the purchase rule. So if you do not have one purchase within 72 hours, then you need to turn the ad set off unless you have 5 add to carts. So you can either have one purchase at 72 hours per ad set or 5 add to carts. So you can see these ad sets here would survive because they've both got a purchase. Now, if we look at add to carts, anything with 5 add to carts would have survived. Nothing with 5 add to carts is on there. So the ones that don't have 5 add to carts would have died as well. So just make sure that you go over that correctly. Now, if you have at least one sale for the whole campaign, you can move forward to phase 2. If you have 0 sales, then reset the whole process with a new POD design. So now you're in testing phase 2 POD strategy, and the objectives for phase 2 is to get consistent sales, 1 to 3 sales per day by testing similar interest to the winning ad set. So the ad set with the most sales, you're going to want to use that. Also by using the same winning ad with the most add to cart or CTR. For example, if ad set with pets as an interest gets a sale, we will hit suggested interest for our next round of suggested ad sets. For example, if creative picture 2 gets the best CTR and add to cart, we will be using that creative for the next round in phase 2. Hit the suggestion button on the current ad set with the winning interest, which basically means the ad set with the most sales, you're going to want to duplicate that and find suggested interest. Pick an interest with at least 5 million reach and find 4 new interests for 4 new ad sets. Use Nerdy Solutions to find interest or Facebook suggestions. Now you should have at least 5 new interests related to your winning interest idea from phase 2, and you should be using your winning ad from phase 2. Now don't worry if you don't understand this, guys, I'm going to be showing it you right now. So guys, as I said before, you're going to want to look for your ad set with the most sales. So this ad set here has got 2 sales, so that's what I call the winning ad set. Now, if you've got 2 ad sets with the same amount of sales, so let's say this ad set and this ad set had 2 sales, then which one would be the winning one? You'd look at the add to cart ratio and see which one has the most add to cart and the most sales. Then you pick the winning one. So again, this one's the winning one, so I'm going to select it and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate this ad set 4 times. So guys, the only thing that I'm doing per ad set, because we duplicated the winning ad set 4 times, the only thing we're doing per ad set, guys, is just finding a suggested winning ad set. So anything that comes up under the suggestions you can use as long as it's got 5 million potential reach. Now the ad itself, so you can see here the ads, you keep the ads the exact same. The only thing you're changing, guys, like I said, is just the suggestions related to the winning interest, which is by just going to suggestions and picking anything from the drop down menu. So testing phase 2 campaign setup, the losing ad sets that didn't fit the rules should be turned off from phase 1. Duplicate the winning ad set 4 times. If there are 2 winning ad sets based on purchases, pick the one with the best add to cart and initiate checkout as well as purchases. So testing phase 2, run the campaign for 72 hours. CBOs take 72 hours to optimize. 24-hour rule, CPC cost per click lower than $1. So the cost per click must be lower than $1. If it's above $1, you must kill it. The 48-hour rule is the same, 1 add to cart or initiate checkout per ad set. The 72-hour rule is 1 sale per ad set, or you need to kill it. If you have at least 3 sales for the whole campaign in phase 2, you can move forward to phase 3. If you have between 1 and 2 sales, reset the process from phase 1 with other interests related to the winning interest and use your second best ad. So basically what that means is you're going to want to use more suggested interests related to the winning interest, but the ones that you've not used before. And instead of using your best performing ad, use your second best performing ad. Testing phase 3, the objectives for phase 3 scaling. Collect more positive data for video view 95 and video view 75 or page views so we can build profitable lookalike audiences. Testing phase 3 campaign setup. Duplicate the ad set with 1 sale into a new campaign, expanding the interest. Make a new campaign. If you have 3 ad sets, make the campaign budget $30 with a minimum ad set spend of $8. If you have 6 ad sets, make the campaign budget $60 with a minimum ad set spend of $8. If you have 9 ad sets, make the campaign budget $90 with a minimum ad set spend of $8. For example, let's say pets, dogs, and cats have 1 sale in phase 2. I will duplicate each ad set, not changing anything but expanding the interest and the minimum spend. For the ad setup, it's going to be the exact same from phase 1. If there are 2 winning ads, pick the one with the best CTR and best add to cart ratio. So guys, let's pretend that I'm in phase 2 and this is the campaign from phase 2, and let's say these 3 ad sets got a sale. So what I'd do is I'd check them and I'd hit duplicate, and then I'd hit new campaign, and then I'd change the number of copies to 3, and I'd call the campaign scaling. And in the scaling campaign, it's important that you go to it and you go to the bottom and click campaign optimization, and you change the budget to 30. So I'm going to change this to 30, and then I'm going to scroll up, go to each ad set, and all I'm going to do is scroll down, and I'm going to go to the expand interest box here, detailed targeting, and you see where it says expand interest right here, detailed targeting expansion. You're just going to click it. You're just going to expand the interest box for those 3 ad sets that you duplicated into a new campaign. So let's say this campaign here, let's say this ad set here, this ad set here, and this ad set here. All I'm going to do is expand the interest box. Now, if you have 6 ad sets, or let's say if you have 9 ad sets, then you do it for those other ad sets as well. But I'm just showing you based on 3 ad sets. So now you want to run the campaign for 48 hours, and we're going to kill it aggressive due to profitability. 24-hour rule, add to cart, initiate checkout, 1 per ad set. If there isn't one, you must kill it. So the 48-hour rule is the amount spent higher than the break-even point. Now, if it's higher, then you must kill the ad set. Now, let's say that your break-even point is $15 because let's say your profit margin is $15. That's basically what break-even point means. Now, let's say your amount spent on the ad set is $17. Then that would mean you've gone over your break-even point, so you need to kill your ad set. If you have at least 3 sales for the whole campaign, you can move forward to phase 4. If you have 0 to 2 sales, reset to phase 2. Campaign setup for scaling. Increase the daily budget by 30 to 50% every 4 days if the campaign remains profitable by ROAS. If the campaign either breaks even or is unprofitable, drop the budget back down to the old budget. Now let's talk about scaling to phase 5. When to move to lookalike scaling. If you have page view of 2,000, or if you have at least 2,000 video view 75 or 95, then you can move to phase 5. Now let's talk about the campaign setup for phase 5. So you're going to create a CBO conversion campaign, 10 ad sets. The budget's going to be $70 per day, and each ad set has a different value of an LLA. For example, let's say ad set 1 is lookalike 1% video view 95 and 75, or let's say it's 1% page view. Each purchase, then you're going to change the event to purchase, and then you're going to use the top countries. Let's say you're doing a video view lookalike, then you're going to look for the best countries for video view in the columns. If you're doing page view lookalike, then you look at link clicks and you look at which countries were the best for the link clicks. Then you're going to use age as blank, gender blank, language blank. Then you're going to be targeting your LLA custom audience. The potential reach is not applicable. Placements, you're going to leave it blank. Minimum ad set spend is going to be 7, and your 7-day click or view as the window. Now let's talk about the ad setup for phase 5. Select both your Facebook page and your Instagram page and use the best performing ad overall for all the campaigns you've done so far. You're going to go to one, and you're going to want to go to where it says create custom audience. Then you're going to head over to where it says video. You're going to want to select that, and you're going to want to go to where it says choose a content type. You're going to want to select 75 and 95, and you're going to want to hit browse again and choose 95. Then you're going to go to where it says choose video, and you're going to select all the videos for your ads. Once you've done that, you're going to do the exact same again for 95%. Select all the videos for the same product that you were using for the Facebook ads and click confirm. Then where it says in the past days, you're going to want to do whenever you started testing the product. So let's say I started testing this product, let's say 20 days ago. I would type in 20 days. And then you're going to want to call this LAA, which stands for lookalike audience, dash 75 and 95. And then you're going to want to put a percent, and then you're going to put VV for video view. Once you've done that, you're going to want to hit where it says create audience. Once you've done that, it will say you need to wait 30 minutes. So once you made that audience, you will need to wait 30 minutes for it to populate. So do come back after 30 minutes or it won't work properly. Once you've done that, you're going to want to go to the top left again and click create audience, then select lookalike audience, then click this box, and then you're going to want to go to where it says other sources, and then you're going to want to select that one we just made, which is this one right here. Select the one you just made, and then go to where it says select audience location, and you're going to want to put your top performing country in this box. So you're only selecting your top performing country. So let's say it's United States, then I'm going to select United States. Once you've selected your top performing country, then what you're going to do is you're going to do 0 to 1%. You're going to click create audience. Once you've done that, guys, you're going to head over back to your ads manager. You're going to create another new campaign. You're going to hit conversions as the event, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to call the campaign name LLA, stands for lookalike audiences. Then you're going to hit dash. Then you're going to put your product name here. Then you're going to hit another dash, and you're going to call it CBO, and then another dash, and then you're going to call it video view VV, and then you're going to put 75 and 95. So you make it very clear what lookalike this is going to be. You're going to turn CBO on, and you're going to change the budget to $70. Once you've done that, you can go into the ad set level, and you're going to change the ad set name to 0 to 1%. Then you're going to put the country, which is obviously the US. That's the country you've created the lookalike for. Then you're going to scroll down and click choose event. You're going to select purchase. Then you're going to carry on going down to where it says custom audience. You're going to select this. You're going to head over to where it says lookalikes, and you're going to select the one that we just made, and you can see it's right there. You're going to select the one we just made, and you're going to put it in there. Locations, you're going to want to make sure that you delete all your locations out of this box. And then where it says age, you leave everything blank. You leave all of this blank. You leave all blank. The only thing you will change is the minimum spend, and the minimum spend is going to be $5. They're the only two things you change in the ad set level: the minimum spend and the custom audience. Once you've done that, you're going to go to the ad level, and you're going to call the ad winning creative, because you're just going to be using your winning creative for all of these ad sets. So guys, once you've done that, you're going to hit publish, and once you hit publish, you're going to duplicate the ad set 9 times, and then in the next ad set, you're going to be calling this one 0 to 2%, and then you're going to change the custom audience from this one to 0 to 2%. Once you've done all of those ad sets and you've changed them to the right ones, again, like I said, you'll have 10 ad sets, one for 0 to 1, another one for 0 to 2, another one for 0 to 3, and so forth. Once you've done all of that, publish the campaign, and then we'll get onto the killing. So you're going to want to run phase 5 for 48 hours, and we're going to be killing aggressively due to profitability again, and it's going to be the same rules as last time. 24-hour rule, 1 ad set or 1 initiate checkout. 48-hour rule, if the break-even point is higher than the 48-hour rule is going to be the same. If the amount spent is higher than the break even, kill the ad set. Ad sets that don't meet the rules, make sure you turn them off and you use the second best country. So let's say, for example, ad set 2 is video view 75.95 US. Let's say it didn't meet one of these rules. I would turn it off, duplicate it, and I'll do video view again, but this time instead of US, I would change it to the next best country. Ad sets that don't meet the following rules, turn them off and duplicate them to the second best country. So let's say we got 10 ad sets in the CBO, that's what you should have. Let's say ad set 1 is 1% because that's what it should be. So let's say it's 1% video view 75.95 US. If that dies out because it doesn't meet one of the rules, I'll turn it off, I'll duplicate it and I'll make it video view 75.95 but for my second best country, which might be UK. Now let's talk about campaign scaling for this phase 5. Increase the daily budget by 30 to 50% every 4 days if the campaign remains profitable by ROAS. If the campaign either breaks even or is unprofitable, drop it back down to the last budget that you had it on. Let's talk about managing cash flow for scaling with the POD strategy. Only scale what you can afford in your bank account, and remember, payment gateways can take between 3 and 21 days to give you the money from a payout. Now also, I'd recommend getting a business charge card if you can, because this will help with your cash flow. So let's start off by talking about the YouTube ads, pros and cons. So the first thing is, the first con, you only pay for clicks. So basically when you're advertising on YouTube, you get seen on people's videos before the videos play or in between the videos. Now, if somebody watches the ad but doesn't click the button, then you do not pay for the advertisement, which means you're getting loads of brand awareness for completely free. The next one is the reach potential. So YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the planet. It has a great search engine. People are always looking for great things on YouTube. So that's the other pro. The next pro is time spent on the platform. So people's quality of time on the platform is a lot better than Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. Now, the quality of the on time is great because people spend a lot more time on YouTube than they do on other platforms. Also, the traffic is just higher quality in general. The next thing is it's cheaper to scale. So when you're starting out, YouTube can be expensive compared to Facebook or quite even, but especially when you're scaling quite aggressively, it can be a lot more cheaper than Facebook, I've noticed in the past. Now let's move on to the cons. So the first con is the ad customization limit. So you're very limited to how you can kind of customize how the ad looks. Now obviously you're going to be playing a video, so the video is the biggest part of the ad. Now that's pretty much where you get all the control over what you can really put in there. But when it comes to like the ad headline, the ad title and stuff like that, it's a little bit more limited compared to Facebook. But yeah, when it comes to the video part of the ad, it is obviously going to be a lot better than Facebook. The next con is the ad context limit. Now what I mean by this is like the ad header, the ad description, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this later on when I go through how to set up the campaign step by step. The next con is the targeting. So the targeting isn't as clever as Facebook's target with the demographics, interests, and behaviors. It's just a little bit not as good. But to be fair, YouTube has got its own way of doing targeting, and to be honest with you, I think it's really, really good. And like I said, I'll show you guys this later down the line in the video. Now, the first thing is you're going to want to make sure the first 3 to 5 seconds are very catchy and very engaging. If you're not, you're going to lose people. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is completely different to Facebook. Now, people on YouTube have a higher standard of video quality. The reason being is YouTube is purely video, so the video quality on YouTube is 20 times better than Facebook. So if your videos are not high quality, not engaging, you're going to lose out on a lot of money. You got to remember, people that make YouTube videos are very good at engaging with their users, because that is how you get a good YouTube channel. So the same kind of expectations are the same when it comes to an ad. If your ad's not appealing, not catchy, not engaging, and not interactive, you're going to lose out on a lot of people. So that's why it's very, very important. The next point is you want to then talk about the problem solving aspect of the product, the wow factor, and the unique selling point. That's really what you want your videos to kind of go around. And then the next thing is you want to finish the video off with a powerful call to action and an offer. And the last thing is you want to make your video around about 1 to 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be 1 minute. It could be, for example, 50 seconds, but I would say probably 1 minute to 3 minutes. You got to remember, YouTube's completely different to Facebook, Instagram. You have a lot longer to advertise to people. You can go over 3 minutes, but I don't recommend it. You'll just lose people. Now, don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be going through this step by step, so don't worry. I'm just overviewing it now. So what you want to do is you want to use website traffic as the objective. Select video as the campaign type. The daily ad budget should be 10. You should have the bid strategy as maximize conversions. You want the network on YouTube videos only. You want the language as English. You want the locations as United States or the top 5. So what I mean is you either put the locations as United States only, or you can have the top 5. It's completely down to you. You want the gender to be both, unless the product primarily aimed at one gender or one gender. And then you want the age between 18 and 65, and you want the parental status as both. And I'm going to get onto retargeting after I show you how to set up the campaign. So let's get into the Google ads and let me show you how to create your first campaign. So the first thing, guys, is you need to make sure that you got your Google ad account set up. So the setup is create your Google ad account. Now, what you need to do is just go to Google, type in Google Ads, go onto the website. It should be googleads.com. Create an account. Now, once you've created an account, you'll go to a weird looking page where it's not the actual real dashboard to Google Ads. It's like a pre-dashboard they give you when you're brand new and you've not launched an ad. Now, what you're going to want to do is you just want to fill all of that out. Fill out the ad campaign, make it as cheap as you can, and then click create campaign. And then as soon as you've created the campaign, you'll come to the proper dashboard, which I'll show you in a minute. And then what you're going to want to do is go on that dashboard, click the campaign you just created and remove it. So click the campaign, click where it says edit, and click remove, because like I said, the only way you can get onto the main dashboard is if you create a fake campaign and then delete it so you can enter the real dashboard. You're also going to want to go onto Google and type in Google ad coupon. Now the coupon at the time of recording this video is currently $100. So if you've never used Google Ads before, you can get a 100 coupon code when you spend $25, which is absolutely amazing. So I recommend you also get that. Also, you need to set up your conversion tracking. Now conversion tracking is super important. I see a lot of gurus teaching Google Ads and they don't even teach you how to set up your conversion tracking. It absolutely blows my mind how they don't teach you this. So let me show you guys how you can set up your conversion tracking. So let's dive straight into my Google Ads dashboard. So guys, as you can see, I'm in my Google Ads dashboard. Now this is what your dashboard should look like after you've made that fake campaign on the beta dashboard they give you when you create an account. Now like I said, when you've done this, all you need to do is click campaigns, and then the campaign that you created as a fake, so you can get into this dashboard, click on it and then click edit and then click remove, and then you won't have to pay any money for that campaign. It's just so you guys can access this. So what you're going to want to do to set up your conversion tracking is go to tools, go to conversions. Once that's opened up, you're going to want to hit the blue button here, and then you're going to want to hit website, and then you're going to want to hit purchase, and then you're going to want to enter the purchase name. So because I've already done this, it won't work for me, but just enter purchase as the name. Click use different values for each conversion. Now you're going to want to make sure that the current default value is whatever your store main currency is. So if your main currency on your store is US dollars, make this US dollars. Then click count for every, so make sure it counts for every. Then I'll leave my conversion window at 30 days and 1 day for conversion window through, and I leave everything the same. Then when you click create and continue, because I've already done it, it won't let me, it'll make me have to recreate them, so it's a waste of time. But when you've created that, it will give you a snippet code where you just copy that code, and then you go to your Shopify website like this, you go onto settings, you go to checkout, and what you do is you scroll down to where it says here, add additional scripts, and you copy and paste that code that they've given you in there, and then you just save it, go into your website, publish your website, and that's your Google tracking it completely set up, guys. But now what you're going to want to do is go into the campaign section, hit this blue arrow, click new campaign, always hit the website traffic, don't hit sales, hit website traffic, hit video, and then click continue. And then what you're going to want to do is call the campaign whatever the product broad. So you can either put it as whatever the product name is, then broad, or test one. It's completely down to you guys. And then the daily, you always want to set it daily, and you want to put it at minimum 10. Always recommend either 10 at very minimum, okay? £10 or $10 at minimum, guys. You can go higher, 15 or 20. It's completely down to your budget. But if you're new to it, I do recommend starting with 10. You want to go here. You can do a start and end date, but I don't recommend it at the moment. I really don't. Delivery method, always make sure it's standard. Now you want to go to here and always want to make sure it's on maximize conversions. And then you can see here where it says networks, always just have it on YouTube. I don't recommend having it on anything else but YouTube videos. And then you can see where it says all languages. Now you don't want to have all languages. You want to change this to English. Really important you do that, guys. Now where it says locations, you got two options. You can either change it to the US, or what you can do is, so for example here it's saying United Kingdom because I'm based in the UK, but what you can do is you can either just change it to the US on its own, or you can go to here where it says enter another location, and you can add the top 5, so US, UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. It's completely down to you guys. It's up to you. I'll probably split test it, create another campaign and do the same, but test it with the other countries as well. And then when it goes to inventory type, keep it at standard inventory. Go to where it says exclude content on show all, exclude types of and labels, leave everything like that standard, just leave it. Add group name, you can just call it test 1 as well. And then the demographics, this is where you start picking the kind of audience you want to be shown to. Again, you want to make sure that these unknown are unticked, so click the unknown untick, but then you want to leave everything else ticks. You want to leave it ticked. Again, we're starting very broad, guys, and then obviously once you get the data and the analytics, then you can start narrowing things down. The same concept with Facebook, you will eventually narrow down, but for now just keep it broad. You don't know anything yet. Where it says any audiences, now what you can do is you can actually, this is one way of picking out the people that you're going to want to find. Now there's multiple options on YouTube. I'm going to show you the first one. Now this is what we call audience. So what you can do is you can search, you can browse, or you can get ideas. So for example, with browse, who are they? What their interests and habits are, what are the activity researching or planning. Now with the search one, what you can actually do is you can actually put a URL. So for example, if I do Gymshark, you can see here now, typed in Gymshark. Now what you can do is whatever product you're selling, so for example, let's say I'm selling a pair of gym leggings, I can use Gymshark as the audience, and you can see here it's very clever because you can narrow it down from whatever in Gymshark. So is it yoga clothing, activewear, running clothing? So it even gives you the opportunity to narrow it not just by Gymshark, but whatever Gymshark's got inside of it, and YouTube will do the like the audit in terms of what they have on offer in terms of the audience type. You can see here I can narrow it down. So if I'm doing running clothing, I can just target running clothing, not just Gymshark, because Gymshark have more than just running clothing. They have women's clothing, they have loads of different categories. So if I want to get super niche down, I can select running clothing. So I hope that makes you guys understand how the audience section works. It's very simple, it's very powerful, to be honest with you. You can't do that on Facebook really, so it's really good. Now you can also then narrow it down or target people based on keywords. Now you got something called keyword match types. Now you guys need to really understand keyword match types. Now understanding which keyword match the type will either break or make your success with Google ads, like without a doubt. If you understand which match types you need to use, you will make a lot of money. Now I recommend starting with an exact match or a phrase match for the best ad results. Now you're probably thinking, Camille, what are you on about match types? In the next slide I'll be talking about each one so you understand what I mean. The key to success is understanding when to use a certain match type, so I've mentioned that just before. Now you got something called an exact match. Now you can see I put these brackets on them, and you'll understand why I've used those brackets in a minute, because in the Google dashboard you'll understand in a minute why I've used the brackets. Now an exact match keywords are normally the most profitable. Now the reason why they're normally the most profitable is because people are already looking for that. So for example, cheap AirPods. So if somebody's searching for that and you're coming up, they're looking for what you've listed for. So you're going to get a higher conversion rate. You're going to get a higher click-through rate because they're searching for intent with that keyword. So that's why they're the most profitable. Exact match keywords is when somebody searches for the exact keyword you choose. For example, cheap AirPods, and you're coming up. Your ad relevance and your CTR will be the best using this type. So like I said, because people are searching for this with intent, your click-through rate will be higher and your relevance score will be really high, and you're going to probably get a higher conversion rate in terms of purchases. Use exact match when testing your campaigns. So that is really important, guys. Now I spelled campaigns wrong, so I do apologize. Like I spent so long making this PowerPoint, guys. Like I was up all night last night making this PowerPoint, so that's probably why there's some spelling mistakes. Now you got something called a phrase match. Now your keywords will only appear as a match phrase as long as they're in the right order. So for example, where to buy cheap AirPods. So it's like your keyword that you've chosen, like I said, is cheap AirPods. That's my example. But if somebody was to type in where to buy cheap AirPods, I would come up for that. Best place to buy cheap AirPods. Because this is my keyword, this is a phrase match because people are looking for this certain product. So I would also come up for these phrase matches here. Use phrase match when you have a successful campaign and you want to find new keywords. So I also recommend, guys, that you use this once you've had a successful campaign and you want to find more keywords, then you use phrase match. But don't worry too much if you're not understanding this yet, guys. We will be going into the ads manager in a minute so I can show you how to set it up and how to pick which match you need to use. But like I said, if you're not understanding this and you're still a bit like, Camille, I still don't understand, just rewind the video, guys, and just keep playing it back. You will eventually understand what I'm talking about. The next one is something called a broad match. With a broad match, you've got no control over your campaign. This match type is not ideal for e-commerce, as because we're selling specific products. There's no point trying to do a broad match because people are going to want to buy that product. If you do a broad match, then any old people can have a look, and it's going to ruin your click-through rate. It's going to ruin your relevance score, and it's going to ruin the most important thing, which is your ad quality score, which means in the long term, your ads will just be worthless. So guys, broad match, don't recommend it. That's why I've put a massive X there. I just really don't recommend this one, guys. Then you've got topics. You can actually narrow it down by the topic. So beauty and fitness. So for example, if I'm doing gym leggings, again, I could do beauty and fitness and ticket, and then it adds that as the topics. So you're getting that super targeted people. Then where you go to placements, again, what you can do now is you can decide where YouTube posts your ad on YouTube channels. And then when you click YouTube channels, what you can actually do is you can actually search for the YouTuber's channel and pick which videos on that channel you want the ads to go on. So it's a very powerful platform. So you can then click YouTube channels, YouTube videos, and then if you click YouTube videos, you can pick what part of the video the ad comes on. With the YouTube channel, you type in somebody's YouTube channels. Now what this means here, create your video ad. Now this is when you enter the URL from your video, and I'll show you what this means in a minute. But what you do is you're actually picking to put your video on here. Now, obviously, to use YouTube ads, you're going to want to create a YouTube channel, call the YouTube channel whatever the brand name is. So whatever your brand name is, call the YouTube channel that. Upload your video ad to the YouTube platform. There's plenty of videos out there that show you how to upload videos to the YouTube platform. It's very easy, very simple. Once you've done that, I'll show you exactly what you need to do. So you can see here, I'm on my YouTube channel. I'm going to use my own YouTube channel as the example because I don't want to get done for copyright. But once you've uploaded the video, it's on YouTube, it's streaming. What you can do then is get the URL for your video. Go back to your Google Ads section, paste the URL in here, and you'll see it'll put your video that you're using for your ad as the ad creative. So that's how you basically select your post for the ad, and you can see this is it here. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the final URL. Now what this basically means is you're going to want to add the URL you're using for your product. So you're going to want to put your product URL or your landing page URL, because if you're using a landing page, it'll be the home page, obviously. But if you're doing a one product store, it'll be the home page. But if you've got a one product store with a product page, then you put the product URL. So for this purpose, I'm going to put one of my websites in here just to show you how it works. So you can see I've put one of my websites in here. This is my personal website, and you can see how it shows here. It shows you the domain name. Now it's a little bit long. You can use a bit.ly link and then change the end of the bit.ly link to whatever the product name is or whatever. But you can see that's what you're basically doing. It's the display URL to wherever you're going to send the traffic to. And then you've got the call to action. Now with the call to action, you're only allowed a certain amount of characters. So you're only actually allowed 10 characters. So you're very limited. Again, this is what I said about the con of YouTube ads. You're limited to how much you can put. So what I like to do is either shop now. Now, I don't like to use shop now to start with. I like to use shop now when I'm doing retargeting with YouTube ads because it's too salesy. But when I first do my targeting and first do my ads and first do my campaign with YouTube ads, I like to do learn more. So I like to do learn more. Now you can actually put this in capital letters. There's nothing wrong with that. I put a space after, that's why I didn't like it. But you can see I put learn more as the call to action. You can see here it says learn more. It doesn't show it all, but unfortunately that is again why I said with the limitations it is a little bit like that. Obviously when you put shop now in there, it will show the whole shop now in the blue. But when you're doing your first campaign, I do recommend doing it as the learn more call to action because it's less salesy, it's less aggressive. When you're doing retargeting, yes, change it to call to action. But when you start with, if you want my honest opinion, I really do recommend that you keep it as learn more. Now with the headline, again, you're limited to only 15 characters. So what I like to do is I like to put you need this. So you can put something like you need this. Then you can see it comes up there. You can put it again in caps locks, it doesn't matter. But again, you have to really work with what you've got here, guys. There's not much you've got to work with. So it's very hard with you kind of changing different headlines. But keep it simple, keep it plain. At the end of the day with YouTube, it's about your video giving off the person instead of your headline and whatnot. The aim of the day is to get your video to get people into your kind of sales funnel. It's not about the headline, it's about the video. The video will sell your product for you. And then as long as you've got the call to action, you're fine. That's why the headline doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And that's the reason why YouTube doesn't give you much characters to work with. And again, like I said, it's just purely because your video is what will do the selling for you, not your headline. And then what you're going to want to do is call it your ad name. So I'd call this one test one, and then I'd say whatever video I'm using. Now I'd recommend you test different videos. So you could call the ad name test one, video one, and then you click save and continue, and that is literally all you have to do to create your first campaign. Now let's talk about cost per click metrics. Now this is really important, guys. So how Google works when you use their advertising platform is they give you suggested bids based on that keyword. Now their suggested bids that they're going to give you are never 100% accurate, so don't always take what they're saying as a full-hearted opinion or what you should do. It can sometimes be a lot cheaper and it can sometimes be a lot more expensive. But like I said, don't always think because Google's told me it's going to cost me 0.54 cents as a bid to rank on page 1 for this keyword. Don't always think, okay, go with them. Do your own research and do your own little measurements to find that out. And I'm going to show you in a minute how you can do that. But let's talk a little bit about the metrics now. For highly profitable keywords now, the game of Google Ads, guys, is to find the highly profitable keywords. That's what it is all about. It's all about testing different keywords and finding the ones that work amazing. I call them the killer keywords now. What is a killer keyword and what is a highly profitable keyword? It's with a 5% conversion rate and at least 25% profit after all costs. Now, that's the best one we want. Now, there's standard keywords. Now, these are the keywords that will break even or they'll go a little bit negative. They're just not amazing. They're the ones that we don't really want to be using. We want to be focusing all our energy and time on these ones here, guys. Now, that is a standard keyword. It's with a 10% conversion with a rate at least 25% profit after all costs. Now, you're probably thinking, Cam, I don't even know what you're on about. That's why this slide's here, because I'm going to explain how it works. Now, let's say I'm selling an iPhone case. The iPhone case has a suggested bid of 0.54 cent per click. Then the iPhone case costs me $19. I'm selling it for $41. My profit margin is $22. A 5% conversion rate would be 20 clicks to get one purchase. 0.54 cents times 20 equals $10.80 per purchase. $22 profit is what I've got. If I minus how much it's cost me to get a purchase, which is $10.80 on ad spend, I've made a net profit of $11.20. That is a 50% or a little bit above 50% net profit. So this would be a must-have keyword because I said as a minimum 25% at a 5% conversion rate. So this is a 5% conversion rate at 50%. So this is a keyword that we're going to want to keep using and we're going to want to use in our ads group. So guys, that's how it works. And if you don't understand this still, just keep rewinding the video a few times, and then eventually once you've watched what I've just said about 3 times, you'll start to think, okay, it makes sense now. Trust me, I've been where you guys are before. It took a little bit of time to learn it. So let's move on. I just want to talk about this really important factor now. Our quality score is the key to our success with Google Ads. I don't care what anybody says. This is the main priority, guys. Now, if you don't keep a good Google ad quality score, trust me, Google Ads will never work for you. Now, the quality score affects our cost per click, our ad visibility and placement. So if you've got a bad ad score, you can be paying Google really good bids to get put on page 1, but they're not going to put you on page 1 because they're not happy with your score. So they'll put you on page 3 or page 4. So this is why it's so important to have a good quality score. Now, what affects your quality score? Click-through rate. So your click-through rate is really important. The relevance score of each keyword to the ad group, website bounce rate, relevance to your ad text, no false advertising or misleading. That's really bad, guys. Don't recommend clickbait on your Google ads. It's not worth it. Your whole ad account performance. So let's say, for example, you run 3 really good ads and then after that, they're all bad. That's going to make your ad quality score go downhill. So guys, these are the things that you're going to want to look into and make sure that you get to a pinpoint. Now, I have made loads of other videos about click-through rates, so make sure that you guys go on my YouTube channel and check out my other videos about website conversion so you guys can learn how to get these done correctly. So when to kill your keywords. Now, when analyzing keywords, the main metric is the click-through rate. So kill any keywords with a click-through rate lower than 4% unless it's a profitable campaign. Keywords with less than 300 impressions, because you've not given them enough time to get enough data, so you can't really judge them if they haven't got 300 impressions. Then keywords where the bid wasn't high enough to rank on the top of the page. Now, if you're giving your keyword not enough money to bid to get onto the top, then you're not giving it a fair chance to see if it's going to be successful or not. So that's when you should kill keywords, and then there are some of the things to look into. So you don't want to actually kill your keywords if the bottom 3 haven't been done correctly. You just want to kill it if the bottom 3 have been done and then it has got a lower than a 4% conversion rate. So that's when to kill them. When to scale your ads, the only thing you need to scale is the only thing you need to do if you want to scale. So the only thing you need to say, look, I can actually scale, because you don't want to scale if you're not profitable. You should only scale if you're breaking even or you're actually being profitable. If you are making profits or breaking even, you want to increase the budget by 10 to 20%. That's all you need to do. To scale a campaign further, create a new ad group inside the campaign and test more keywords and locations so you can find the killer locations and the keywords to bring more traffic and sales. So what you want to do is you just want to create more campaigns and more keywords, more locations, and really narrow down which ones are going to be the best for your product, and then obviously scale it by increasing it by 10 to 20% in budget. Let's talk a little bit about retargeting and how to structure it. So with the retargeting, you want to retarget people who have watched the video for at least 5 seconds. You want to kind of retarget people after who have watched this video for at least 5 seconds, because it shows their interest. Because normally when people watch videos on YouTube, if the ad comes up, they'll skip it within the first second, even lower than that. So if people have watched it for at least 5 seconds, it shows that they're interested. And with retargeting, you want to keep changing it. So people that have watched it after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, but the first retargeting, you want to do it for at least 5 seconds. And then after, you can do it for 10 and then 15, then 20. It's completely down to you, but that's how I'd structure it. Then you want to follow up with a further discount and a video testimonial. So you can follow up with a further discount, and that's when you can put the shop now in the call to action. And then you could also put the video as a video testimonial. That way it's less aggressive. So we're now at the Instagram influencer course of the module. Now you're going to want to use Heapsy to find your best influencers. Now it is a paid program, but it's by far the best one, and I'll be showing you how to use it in the next few minutes. Now you're going to want to be working with micro influencers under 250,000 followers. Try and find influencers that are new to promotions, because that means they're less saturated. Now you want to ask these influencers that you're contacting, how many paid posts are you doing a week? If it's more than one paid post a week, then they're going to have a saturated audience. Offer the micro influencers a commission, 50-50 split. That way it shows you're even. Also, commission-based posts are a numbers game. You will have to message a lot of them to get any decent responses. Now, another great trick that I like to use is to ask the influencer for a 4-hour post during their prime time on their page post and their story post. Now, the reason why you want to do a 4-hour post instead of a 24 or a 48-hour post is because 4 hours of their prime time is normally the best time to get results. Anything after that is normally really, really poor. The engagement rate should be at 3% or over, and judge the influencer based on their last 3 posts in terms of engagement and in terms of results. So guys, this is the DM or email template for Instagram influencers. So the first thing you want to do is you want to add your email, and you want to add either your info@yourbusinessname.com email or your name at yourbusinessname.com. Then you want to put hello, I'm the owner and the founder of, and then you want to put your website link. We are reaching out to inquire about a sponsored post, and then you want to add their Instagram account. We love your page and how you communicate with your audience. That's one of the reasons we want to work with you, and we feel our merchandise fits your audience perfectly, and we would bring so much value and satisfaction. Here are some details below. Your audience will receive a 25% discount on their first purchase. We will also do free giveaways on live streams if you're open to that idea, or any other competition idea. We would send you 1 to 2 of your favorite t-shirts on our website free of charge, so you can take photos wearing them in the sponsored post. We can either give you a 50% off all the profits made through your affiliate link, or we can pay you a $50 upfront, completely up to you, or you can tell us any other ideas you have based on the commission structure or the payment structure. Then you're going to want to finish it off by saying thank you for your time, I look forward to hearing from you, and then you want to put your business name. Now the reason why this template is super powerful is because number 1, you're saying to them, look, we're going to give your audience a 25% coupon code. Number 2, we're giving you 2 options, either commission on profits or an upfront payment, and you're also giving them an opportunity to do giveaways with you, because at the end of the day, nothing means more to influencers than them being able to give their audience freebies. So something else that I want to add to the template is you can also send them photos of mock-ups of people wearing your merchandise that you want them to wear, just to give them an idea of what it looks like and give them a bit of a realistic expectation. So I like to send them like 2 or 3 photos of a few mock-ups of a few models wearing them. So guys, this is the website that I recommend you use to find Instagram influencers and to do your research on them. It's called Heapsy. Been using it for a while now, really do enjoy it, and it's what I've been using to find my Instagram influencers, and I've been getting some great success from their web. Now the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to the search bar and type in a keyword or a category. I've typed in entrepreneur because obviously my POD business is for entrepreneurs and entrepreneur lifestyle. Then you're going to want to go to where it says followers, and you're going to want to change it from 1 million to 250,000, and then you're going to want to change it from 5,000 to 25,000. So you can see there I've changed it to 25,000. Then you're going to want to hit apply. Once you've done that, you want to go to engagement, and you want to click the engagement, and then you want to go from where it says suspiciously high to high, and you want to go from very low to average. Now actually you might want to change high to very high, and then you want to click apply. And then you want to go to where it says advanced metrics, and you can actually change how much it's going to cost you to work with these guys. So you want to change it from 25k to around about 100 to 25, and then you want to hit So after you've used those filters that I recommend, which is the 25 to 250,000 followers and the engagement rate being average to very high, and also using the cost metric between $25 and $100, it will give you the best search results. And you can see if I scroll down, I'm only looking for influencers with an engagement rate at 3 or any higher. So I found this woman right here called Nina, and you can see right away it's going to give me all her posts, all the likes, all the comments and stuff like that. It's going to tell me where she's based, where she's from, her Instagram bio. It's also going to tell me her website links, her email, so I can contact her. It's also going to tell me her core metrics. So you can see here her engagement rate distribution, which is very, very important. It's going to tell me her photo post metrics. You can see her video post metrics, and it's going to show me absolutely everything. Then you can do something called an analyze Instagram account. If you click view report, then this will give you an even more in-depth report. It will also give you a quality score out of 100. 56 isn't very good, so I wouldn't recommend touching this person if you want to use them. It gives you their followers evolution, which shows you if they've been paying for followers. So this tool is very, very powerful, and it will help you find those that are very good. And it will also give you recommended mentions and stuff like that. So this is a very, very powerful in-depth tool to do your due diligence on these influencers. Now, I only recommend working with anything above 60 to 65 because at the end of the day, that is just way too low. So guys, I only recommend working with influencers that have a quality score of 60 and above, just because based on my own preferences of using this tool, working with influencers with a quality score above 60 have been very, very successful. And again, with Instagram influencers, it can be a hit and a miss. That's why I recommend you work with around about 3 to 5 influencers per So that's why I recommend working with around about 3 to 5 influencers per product. So per product, you should be testing influencers, and you should be testing 3 to 5 of them before making any decisions. So once you've used 3 to 5 influencers, if you're getting really bad results, then you might want to change the design. If you're getting good results, you might want to scale it by working with even more influencers. So let's say I wanted to work with this woman. I could either contact her via her email, or I could go to her Instagram by clicking it and DMing her. Now, what you might want to do is you might want to do both email and Instagram DM, and you just want to copy and paste the DM template, and you just want to adjust it slightly so it fits your brand and your niche. And once you've done that, you want to wait for a reply. When the Instagram influencer replies to you, if they're open to doing a paid post, then you want to ask them the questions like, can you please show me your audience insights? Can you please show me your story insights? Are you open to a 4-hour post? Because at the end of the day, a 4-hour post is really what you want to be doing. You also want to ask them questions like how many times you post per day, because at the end of the day, the first thing you want to do is you want to find out if they're even open to doing a paid post with you. Once they say yes, you can start asking them loads of questions like I've just mentioned before. And again, all of these questions will be in the free ebook, because these questions are very important to make a decision whether I'm working with them. Then you want to ask them the kind of post they're willing to do. Are they willing to do a video post for you? Are they willing just to do an image photo for you? What times are their prime times and stuff like that? Then what you want to do, guys, is you want to narrow it down to 3 to 5 influencers. Once you've got it down to 3 to 5 influencers, you want to send each influencer the design, the print on demand design you want them to promote. So once you narrow it down to 3 to 5 different influencers for a paid promotion, you want to send each influencer at least 2 different designs from your store. That way you're not missing out on any potential customers. Once you've got these influencers in place, you want to schedule the influencers to post in the same week. So if you're working with 3 influencers, you want them to post in the same week. Let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That way you're going to get the maximum of momentum. So if your micro influencers are successful and you're getting profit, the best way to scale it are these 2 methods. You can either number one, invest into more micro influencers. So instead of working with 3 micro influencers, you might want to now work with 6 or 9. The other way is to work with really big accounts. You might want to invest into 2 really big 1 million follower accounts with really great engagement rate. They're the 2 different ways you can scale, and then you just want to keep scaling the same way as I just mentioned. And the key is to communicate with these influencers and to let them tell you what is the best way going forward, because they know their audience better than you. Now, once you've made around about $1,000 in profit, you do want to transition to Facebook ads and do lookalike audiences from phase 5. Now let's just go over the pros and the cons of TikTok, because obviously it's not all golden and it does have some rotten to it. So let me just cover that first. So the first pro is it's a new market, which means it's unsaturated. There's lots of potential on there. The next pro is there's new influencers. Because the platform is such a unique platform, it's attracting so many new people and you're getting so many new influencers on the platform every single day. So that's another pro to it. So that instead of having so many like saturated influencers from Instagram coming over, you can have new potential, new talent on this platform. The next thing is a highly engaged audience. So when I did some research, I found out that TikTok was one of the most addictive social media platforms at the moment. Now that's not bad for us, but it's very bad for people that are on there. As a company that we use as influencers, it's really good for us because we want our kind of consumers addicted to the platform, because that helps us out. So that's another good reason about TikTok. Now the next good reason about TikTok is the growth. Now TikTok is growing ridiculously fast. The downloads are just catapulting up, and honestly it's going to be the takeover in 2020. Now let's go over some of the cons of TikTok. The first one is uncertainty. So basically, because it's such a trendy platform at the moment, we just don't know what's going to happen with it. Is it going to be stable? Is it not going to be stable? Is it going to maintain this super growth, or is it going to slow down? So there's a little bit of uncertainty at the moment. So that's one of the biggest cons at the moment with TikTok. Now the next con about TikTok is basically the smaller influencers. So like I said to you before, because TikTok is such a unique platform, basically new influencers are going on there and they're creating their own content, which basically means for that platform, the kind of size of influencers do not compete with Instagram. But that's not a bad thing. That can also be a pro instead of a con, but I just thought I'd add that in. So guys, let's cover what makes a good TikTok influencer so you can get the best ROI when partnering up with some of these TikTok influencers. So the first thing is, do they have a proven track record on delivering high quality content on their account? So when you find these influencers, just make sure that they've got a proven track record, because if they haven't, then the chances of your ROI are going to be slimmer to none. So just make sure that you do that, guys. The next point is, do not partner with TikTok influencers just based on their metrics, whether it be followers, engagement rates. Do a complete background check on them. Make sure that they're legit on Instagram, make sure that they're legit on Facebook, and make sure that they've got no bad press. So you can Google their name, make sure nothing crazy bad comes up about them, because depending on who you partner up with, guys, basically discovers who your brand is. So you don't want to partner up with companies that don't, or influencers should I say, that are not legit, because it makes your brand look bad. So just make sure that when you're doing this, you're doing it for all the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. So guys, the next point is just make sure that your influencers are following the FTC guidelines, which stands for Federal Trade Commission. Now these are all about consumer rights and things like that. Now the reason why you're going to want to make sure that they follow these guidelines is because if they don't, your brand can be liable for any false expectations. The FTC basically stands for consumer rights. A lot of influencers kind of sell fake expectations, and then when consumers receive their products, they're not happy, and then that's why this law has now become a thing. So just make sure that they are FTC guidelined, and make sure that you ask them this, and this is all going to be covered in the next parts of the video. Now that is it in terms of the requirements, what you need to kind of look into when you partner up with them. Now other things are things like engagement rates and stuff like that. Now the engagement rates are very similar to Instagram. You're looking at like things like 3% upwards is good, and obviously depending on followers to an engagement rate depends on the price that you're going to be paying them, which I'll cover in a little bit. Now the next part is how to find TikTok influencers. Now this is very, very important. The first thing you can do is you can search for hashtags related to your niche in the search bar. Go to where it says the discover bar, and I'm just going to search in here. But before I search in here, you can see topics. So you can find your topic, click on it, and it's going to come up with loads of different videos in your topic. Or you can go into the search bar, type in beauty, and then go to the hashtags, and it's going to come up with loads of different hashtags. Click on the ones that best suit your brand and go through them and see which influencers you can find based on those requirements that I mentioned literally a few minutes ago. And then you can follow the next parts of the video, like the template, and then you can go from there, guys. Now what I would say is don't just copy this, change it slightly, and don't just spam this out to loads of people. You're going to want to make sure that they're unique for each influencer, because influencers know when it's a spam DM or it's a spam email for a sponsored post. So first thing is, hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. We love what you're doing on TikTok platform. I'm the owner and founder of your website domain name. We are reaching out to inquire about a sponsored post on their TikTok account name, so you want to put the @ we will offer you, now this is very important, there's 2 ways you can offer them a promotion, either the commission, which is this way. We will offer you a 40% commission of all sales through your unique link. We want you to add your link to your Instagram page. That way, of course, because on TikTok you can't add website links on your account, it's important for them to add that to their Instagram so they can shop their Instagram. So that's the way to do it if you're going to want to do commission. Now commission works best on smaller influencers on TikTok. Now the next method is actually offering them money, which is this way. We will offer you from $20 to $100 depending on their views or their engagement rates. So you don't actually put $20 to $100. You need to come up with a price before. You don't put $20 to $100. You either put 60, 80, or 100. Now again, this is all depending on their engagement rates and their likes, and basically just in their engagement metrics in general. It's very, very similar to Instagram engagement rates and how much you should pay them based on followers to engagement rate on Instagram. So it's only just ever so slightly a little bit higher. So whatever you'd pay an influencer on Instagram for a shout out, just add $10 to it, and that's what you should be paying on TikTok. You must compliment the influencer on TikTok and talk about how your product can benefit their audience. So for example, we love how you connect with your audience in such a fun way. Our product can bring your audience great value. And then you put because. You need to tell them the reasons why. The next part is, here are some details below. Your audience will receive a 10% discount on their first purchase. We will let you take control of your creating side of your sponsored post, as we respect your audience the best, and you're the creative king or queen. Obviously you call them a king or queen depending on what gender they are. Now basically the reason why you want to do this is because with TikTok it's all about the creator being the best creative, because at the end of the day you're not a creator unless you're a YouTuber or anything else, but at the end of the day they know their audience the best on TikTok, and TikTok is a very, very niched kind of place where it's all about creativity. It's all about kind of storytelling, kind of doing it in such a way where it's very, very hard, so you can't do that for them, and I'll get onto this a little bit later. All you have to do is tell them the vision, and then they'll work off your vision. Now the next part is just let us know what you need from us, for example videos, photos, or sending the product free of charge. So sometimes you will have to send them the product free of charge, just like Instagram. Now if you're going to do that, do it through Amazon. That way they're going to get the product straight away instead of waiting weeks and weeks. The next thing is, thank you for your time. We look forward to hearing from you soon. And then you want to put your name, you're the owner and founder of your business name. Then you're going to want to finish off with putting your emails on there as well. So the first point of a good contract, because as soon as they've said yes, you need to make a contract using PandaDocs. It's got a 14-day free trial, but it is a legally blind contract. So whatever you put in there, they must do as instructed. If they don't, then basically they've broke their contract and you can sue them. Now the first thing is influencer creativity. So make sure that you tell them in the contract that you want them to be unique with your promotion. You don't want them to make something similar to somebody else. You don't want them to make something similar to their old post. You want it to be completely unique and creative. The next thing is ownership clause. You want to tell them that you own the video they make with using your sponsored post, and no other company can use it. So for example, in dropshipping, we like to use other people's stuff. So you need to make sure that you tell them nobody else is allowed to use it, and if they do, that they will get sued. The next thing is branding message. Now you need to make sure that you tell them what kind of message they want to give off when making your influencer post, because at the end of the day, how they perceive your kind of brand in that post is very, very important, because that's how everybody will judge your brand from that post. So make it very clear to them what you want them to compel your brand as. The next part is basically how you want your vision kind of done. So you need to make it very, very clear to them what kind of vision you're going for with that post, because at the end of the day, it's your job to create the vision, but then it's their job to create around your vision. Now, it's very important that you do that, because if you don't, then they will literally be shooting in the dark and they might not come out with something that you want, and that'll be a waste of time and a waste of money. So make sure that you paint the vision clear so you can create around your vision. The next point is clear deadlines. So make sure that you make it very clear to them the deadlines, when you want things doing and how you want things doing at a certain time, because if you don't, they will take the mick, just like Instagram influencers. Now we're going to finish off with what makes a good influencer post on TikTok. So the first thing is high engagement. That's whether it be likes, comments, shares, likes to dislike ratios, because we all know in social media it's all about getting good engagement, because without good engagement you won't get on the discover page, you won't have other people shouting out your post or mentioning you in the post. The next one is getting good endorsements and good mentions by other pages or other brands. So other brands might want to mention you in their post and say, look, this brand's just done this and this is really, really cool, we're inspired by them. So you want to have good endorsements from that post. Because at the end of the day, your brand is all about, and your brand message and your whole campaign is all about getting the sales, getting the purchases, unless you want to do brand awareness, which I don't know if that's what you want to do. At the end of the day, some form of conversion, whether it be add to cart or purchase, but obviously purchase is the primary one. That is by far the end goal for the post with the influencer. So guys, that is it for the free print on demand course. There are all the modules out the way. If you have any questions, you can join the free Facebook group. If you want one-to-one help, you can book a consultation call. So guys, if you support and you appreciate what I've done for you, a completely free print on demand course, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this with as many people as you can.